y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 240. That's right, all up in your grill. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we're talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. You know,
We'd be
if
sleeping.
you weren't here, we probably wouldn't be here. We might, but probably not. So thank you guys for being here. It's all for you guys and our amazing community. You guys are awesome.
Of course.
Let's see. Ed Placencia.
Gabe Patillo.
What is going down in your life since the last time we talked? Last week.
Nothing but Persona 5.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jeez.
I can't believe hook, line, and sinker with this kid.
I'm telling you. I'm freaking
What
loving
is it,
this
man?
game.
What is
I
it?
cannot believe it.
I know.
How many hours are you in now? You're probably going to be a good number of hours in.
Yeah, I think yesterday morning I was at 30.
Oh, that's not that many.
Hey,
Okay.
so you're a quarter of the way through.
I know, right?
Yeah. You only got 2 more months to go. You'll be fine.
Exactly. I should have this wrapped up by August.
Oh my gosh. And
So you're loving it.
I'm having such a good time.
like you got the
And
shakes to
it's-
get back to it?
Yes.
Oh,
I will say this.
Wow.
I'm extremely annoyed because it's like, I want to watch Ed play this. And the fact that you can't, like, that just annoys me.
yeah, you can't start streaming it now. It would make it,
I know,
it
right?
probably doesn't make much sense on its own. Now it really wouldn't make any sense.
I know. It's I don't know. I guess if you're used to anime, it might make sense just because you're used to it not making sense.
Yeah.
But actually, the story does make a lot of sense. But I just love how they take their time and how slowly things move, but it's not slow in a bad way.
Okay.
I played for a couple hours yesterday morning and didn't even do a battle.
Really? Just enjoyed the world.
Well, and it wasn't even I was enjoying the world. I was doing what they wanted me to do, but it just there was no battle at the time.
Just side quests.
Not even side quests. It's just that there's so
All the
much
other
in it
stuff.
besides battling. There's so much story to tell and so many interactions and so many ways to, you play a kid in high school, and at the same time you've got to, when you're not fighting people, you've got to pass off as a regular kid who holds a part-time job and hangs out with friends, and you have to decide
I wonder if that's
what you're going to do.
I wonder if that's the common thread in Persona. I don't know if it is, but because Persona 4 is the same thing. You're a kid in high school. And so as you're trying to maybe save the world, you're also having to balance out studying and learning to, getting your academia up or whatever,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And it's been cool because I didn't even realize I didn't fight until after I played and was like, wow, that was a fun session. And I didn't even have a battle.
Oh my gosh, Edward.
Wow.
And
That is amazing.
Yeah, and then I picked it up last night, and all I did for like a couple hours was battle, and so it was just really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know, go figure.
I cannot
It's been a lot
believe
of
it.
fun. I know.
For anybody out there that's got an old dog and they're like, this dog's not going to learn nothing new.
Exactly.
Take a page out of Ed Placencia's book.
That's right.
This dog went to the library and checked out a book.
Yeah, and became
Right.
Mr. Peabody.
That's
right.
That is incredible.
yeah.
It makes my heart so happy that there's another guy on this podcast that is enjoying a JRPG. I cannot believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
unheard of.
And I would have never thought it was you.
Well, and it's funny too because I don't. I guess we kind of mentioned it last week. I never really played one before, so I never really had anything against them. And if you had just said, "Hey, play this game," I wouldn't even have thought it's a different genre. I just thought, "Oh, that's okay. That's this video game."
Right.
Because so many games are different. It's like, oh, that's how this one works. So I wouldn't even have realized I was stepping out of my bounds if I was.
Golly. The fact that you love it, though, is hilarious.
Yeah. It's nice to have, it's just, you guys know, it's just nice to have a game that you just can't wait to play some more. I love that feeling.
That is the best feeling ever, man. Best feeling ever.
Yeah, so it's just.
I hope to have that
nice.
again.
Oh,
one day.
Nudge, Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Oh,
Shoot, I just
man.
won Horizon for crying out loud.
Oh, you need to play that game.
I know.
Right.
I need to go buy it still.
Just Redbox it just to get a
I
fix.
want to give like Persona a try, just this one in particular, because
I don't.
I've heard it's the most accessible, or like
Not
it's
in
a
a
good
million
spot to
years.
jump into. But
Yeah.
the whole like 100 plus hours to complete the story. Like if I were to get
No,
interested in
man.
all the side stuff, not even talking about platinuming, not even opening
Sure,
that
no,
door,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
talking about feeling like I'm doing all the stuff that I want to do.
Yes.
If I were to get into it, kind of like Ed, that's just that amount of time sink is so daunting that it just makes me
Yeah.
not even want to open the door.
Is it the fact that you know that going in? Because, I mean, I would
Yeah.
imagine, like, if somebody said, hey, I mean, how many hours did you put in Destiny? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
the difference is
But it
that I
doesn't
knew
lead
I
to
liked
one
Destiny.
thing.
I knew it was going to be a thing that I enjoyed, and
You're
it
like,
opened up a world.
The difference is Destiny's story is terrible.
Right.
Well,
True.
but like I've put more hours into Destiny, a terrible story game, than I have
Yeah.
any other story game I've ever played. Is what I'm getting at.
Exactly.
So like,
Yeah, no.
and I knew that I like multiplayer games. I knew that I like shooters. Then you add the fact of like co-op story missions and then things that I have heard of but never played, a raid. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it was something I could pick up and put down like in an hour or 30 minutes or 20 minutes if I just wanted to do
for sure.
like some Crucible.
Oh, yeah.
But like I don't feel like that would be the same kind of thing. Like Ed, do you feel like you could play for like 20 minutes if you had a 20-minute window and it would be, you feel like, oh good, I got 20 minutes in, or would that feel like a tease?
Yeah.
Like
No,
you feel like
and-
you need to have at least an hour-long block to play?
You do, and that's one of the things that is I learned real quick is that you have to have time when you play it because you don't
Yeah.
go to a save spot all the time. You can't just save anywhere.
Ah,
Oh, interesting.
gotcha.
So if you don't save, of course you lose what you did, and so you have to have a half hour at least to know that you'll for sure hit another save spot at some point.
Yeah, so just the sheer amount of time that it's going to take to do it is what scares me off more than any of it. And then there's, I mean, because the weird, whatever's weird with, JRPGs doesn't really scare me. The other thing is I've never been a big fan. And I've only done it very few times, but the few times I've done turn-based combat, I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to my brain.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
and I know that's when there is combat, that's the main way to do it.
right.
So those two
right.
things is just like making me hold off. But if they put a demo out or something on PSN someday, or I would definitely give it a try at least.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's funny because I found the 100-hour thing pretty daunting as well going in because I just thought, well, if I don't like this,
So
that's just a lot
you
of
did
game.
know
I'm
that
not-
beforehand?
I
Like you
did.
heard
No,
that? Okay.
Yeah, and if you were to ask me,
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
yeah, because Tim, you probably played The Witcher for how long?
Like, yeah, for 2 months straight.
Right.
There you go.
Mhm.
And if you were to ask me how long have you played the game, I would probably say, I don't know, maybe 6 hours, 8 hours. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't feel
flown
like
by.
Wow.
And so now with 30 under my belt, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I could definitely do 100. Let's do this.
Yeah, see?
Dang.
And that's a testament to the game though too, because you
Yeah.
know, going in that you knew, oh, this is going to be long, but it suits your style and you're enjoying it. And man, that's all that matters. That's awesome. I'm thrilled. It's weird. It's not typical Ed Placencia's style gaming that I'm used
Yeah.
to, because you and I are very similar in our styles and we have a lot of the same games. But this one, I'm like, I don't know if I should touch this.
Yeah, it's and I always hate to say, play this game because every game isn't for everyone, and some people like things and some people don't. But yeah, I've been very pleasantly surprised at how much I'm enjoying it, and
And the fact that you're itching to get back to it too. That's
Yeah.
a testament.
Oh,
That's
is
a
the
game, man.
Best
That is your
feeling.
game, man. You are
Yeah.
hooked. So that's awesome.
And
Keep
you're
going.
grown. You don't have to go to school. Ugh.
I think he's just reliving his high school days. I think that's what this is all about. This is kind of like this is memories for him
right.
as a young Japanese boy
I remember sitting at school just
With
not being able
murderous
to
intent.
wait to get back to freaking Final Fantasy, and you're like, leg is shaking and the clock is going by so slow.
Wait for that bell to ring.
Oh, you're like, I'm getting out of here and doing no homework tonight.
Right.
As I run upstairs, honey, you got homework? I'm like, I'm not sure.
I don't know yet. But let me just turn this on real quick and we'll find out in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Besides that, my brother-in-law Nathan came over a couple times this week, and we kind of, it's so cool how between the four of us, we would sometimes text each other and say, Mario Kart or Overwatch. And now it's so cool to get a text from him saying Borderlands, and he'll just come over and we'll play Borderlands together.
Oh, awesome.
It's been really nice to have someone to really couch co-op with and just pick up a game and grind it, and that's been a lot of fun.
Grinding the game. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's grinding the game? Is that PS4? It's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, Xbox
there you go. Exactly.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's been nice.
How was your Easter, man?
It was good. We did zero anything, and it was nice.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I totally forgot it was Easter. So it was
right.
Easter snuck up on me too this year.
Yeah, it came up real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was. We're like, oh yeah, are we doing anything for Easter? It's tomorrow? I guess not, because it's 10:30 now. So
that's great.
Yesterday, last night, Sarah's mom came over, and it was the first time Sarah got to see her since we've been back.
Yeah,
and I made a HelloFresh meal, and we all kind of split that, and it was an interesting. I can talk about it because I know she doesn't know what podcasts are. We mentioned a podcast, and she said I wouldn't even know how to watch one, and I was like, okay, good. I'm fine.
You're already down the wrong thing. I don't even know if I have a player for that anymore.
Right. But when we got to it was just as soon as it happened, I was like, I can't wait to talk about this tomorrow. Because she was like, oh, did you hear the news? Did you see the news today? And I said, no, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, it turns out the Boston Marathon bombing was a hoax. And I was like, here we go.
Oh, shoot. Wow.
And Sarah and I immediately both grabbed our phones and we were like, what? Really? And she's like, yes, I couldn't believe it either. And I was like, that's huge. What? And
no.
As I Googled it and realized, oh yeah, it's nowhere here on Google at all.
No, where did she get that? Oh gosh.
From the same, she's a perfect Facebook fan.
I got you. Yeah.
And she's the ultimate. Yeah. And so as we were scrolling, trying to desperately find anything, I was just texting Sarah like, no reputable news sources are talking about this.
Oh, jeez.
I will say, just as a side note, that Adidas got in some serious trouble for the Boston Marathon yesterday, because every time somebody finished the marathon, they were like, the subject line was, congratulations, you survived the Boston Marathon.
Oh my gosh, that's tasteful.
And everybody's like, hey, perhaps that's probably the wrong subject line. I know what they're talking about. I thought you were going to
say they played Will Smith's Boom, Shake, Shake, Shake the Room every time somebody
gosh. No.
I just didn't know which untasteful thing. A lot of people have been doing untasteful things lately, it feels like.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. But
everybody's offending people.
They got into some serious flack for that. So, but there's been some amazing stories of the marathon that happened, which is really cool. Carry on, sir. I'm sorry, but that's pretty awesome. Please tell me you record that next time, or record something.
I totally should. I was actually texting my brother-in-law, just like, this is the conversation now. Please come over and save me.
Is she kind of like the mother in So I Married an Axe Murderer, where she's like, it's a juice tagger, or like, that's a fact. Like, do you remember her in that movie?
Yeah. She is, if this says anything, when Sarah was in high school in 1999, her mom moved the family to Arkansas because Y2K was coming.
Oh, that's
and the world
right.
Was going to
I
end.
forgot about that.
Excellent.
And
excellent.
What? The world was going to end?
The world.
And
that's
so
right.
where do you go? To Arkansas.
Yes. So when Y2K hit, she was one of those people. So when you find out, oh yeah, of course she thinks the Boston Marathon bombing was a hoax. I was like, go up there and say that in Boston. I'm sure you'll get a really warm reception.
What kind of hoax? We have video of it.
That's the thing, and she was just talking about, oh yeah, blood's not really that color. I saw a photograph, and I'm like,
oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh,
and I'm just
boy.
like,
She doesn't need access to the internet. That's probably not a healthy thing.
No, that's our problem. Yeah, that's our problem.
And it's funny too, because Sarah and I were talking about it afterwards, and I was like, if they really did hire amputee actors, like she said,
No.
if everyone, all the doctors were actors, blah blah blah.
No.
Trust me, I know actors. They're gonna brag about it, and it's gonna be on their resume.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You know, so,
This is
just
incredible.
Like,
I hate
can
that.
can this night be over? And is Persona 5 still on the PlayStation?
Jeez Louise.
Oh,
yeah,
Edward,
it
I'm
was
so sorry.
Entertaining to say the least, but it was nice to see her again. But we got our fix in, so
That
there
is
you go.
really, really
That was-
funny.
that was my
real
week.
quick before you move off of to move to the next person. How, if you know, do you know how big gigabytes wise that Persona is? I was curious how large it is.
Wow, I'm trying to remember when it downloaded. I want to say
It's like
Wow.
50 gigs or something like that.
I was
So
I
I
was
hear
going to
it's
say
massive.
yeah. I don't remember how many it was. I'll get oops no matter what I say. So I'll just say
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It says
But it's a
Persona
lot.
5 requires a 20 gig to install on PS4.
Really?
That doesn't
Only
seem-
20 gigs.
That doesn't
Really?
seem big. And
Huh.
yeah. Only 19.5 gigs.
Because there's a lot of dialogue in that game.
Yeah, and I guess I do remember when I downloaded it, coming back to check on it and being surprised that it's done already. So I remember
really?
it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be.
there you
So
go.
20 sounds like it could be right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. Chris McCracken.
How's it going?
That's what we're asking you.
Yeah, there it
You don't
is.
turn this job interview around on me.
I just picture Chris coming up to the podium, adjusting the microphone, and then looking out at everybody, going, "How's it going?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's a
I'm going
public
to do that
speaker. All of
someday.
a
I'm going to
sudden.
get the opportunity. I'm going to make that happen.
That's right, you will.
On last Friday, we had off from work. So on Thursday night, some friends of ours from Oklahoma came down and they stayed the night on Thursday. And then on Friday, we all had that day off. They were in town because of some like church related event for the children here at a hotel locally in Dallas. And then they were going to head back up to Oklahoma on Sunday because, for Easter and everything.
Easter was this
because-
weekend. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Easter was this weekend. In case you guys weren't aware.
Yeah.
But on Friday, we just hung out with our friends and took them around town. Now they've come down a lot, and so we're always kind of trying to find the new thing to do. The hotel that they had to do their event at was near the airport, and so Dallas Fort Worth area is a big space. So like this is actually far for most people, but somewhat in the vicinity is this town called Frisco, and up there is where the Dallas Cowboys had built their new practice facilities. And it's a little bit more than that. It's their corporate offices, their practice facilities. They partnered with the city, and so they built out an indoor stadium that also the high schools get to use. So they have like 4 games there every Thursday and
nice.
Friday.
Oh, I like that.
But with it being a brand new facility and everything like that, and they're still building up around it because it's going to be a whole big center where there's like shops and restaurants and all this crazy stuff. We went out there so that we could tour the facilities and take our friends from Oklahoma through there.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see. I mean, it's all state of the art, brand new. And I've not been to any other NFL practice facilities, but I have to assume this is one of the nicest ones because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much silver and just all this fancy stuff was everywhere. So that was cool. And then on Sunday or Saturday,
Was the Lombardi trophy in there? Or?
yeah, they had all 5 of the Lombardi trophies. They had all 5 of the Super Bowl MVP rings or replicas of them, like also so I
Wow.
could see what they looked like.
Man.
Yeah. And I hadn't seen those before. I'd seen the trophies, but I'd never seen the rings.
rings.
So that was kind of neat to actually get to see. They're so massive. I mean,
Yeah, they're chunky.
Yeah.
They're
it
massive
is.
men.
I get that, but still, I mean, geez, it feels like it's almost the size of my fist. It's ridiculous. But anyways,
You're a little guy.
good for them for winning the Super Bowl and becoming the MVP. And at least
It's a
I don't
Super
know
Bowl
if this is
bracelet
always.
for Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a Super Bowl earring. That's all I need. I don't know
Bowl
if this
belt.
is always the case, like for every team, but on the MVP rings, those are the only one that you get your name put on it.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know that. And again, I don't know if that's specific to each team, if that's just a thing that Dallas did or what, but I thought that was kind of neat. So you could see like, Smith or Staubach or whoever it was. So you knew whose ring it was a replica of. So that was
Nice.
kind of neat.
Hmm.
Saturday they were all day at their little conference thing that they were doing or their competition they were doing at their hotel. And so we just took it easy. And then on Sunday, obviously it was Easter, in case you guys weren't aware. It was this last Sunday. Right. It was Easter.
Oh, this Sunday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This past Sunday, gotcha.
So we went over to my mother's house and hung out over there. All my brothers and sisters came over, or my brothers and my one sister came over. I guess I have sister-in-law, so they came over as well. And our little nieces and nephews, and we hung out with them and just had a nice little Easter. And then this week so far has been a better, not quite as stressful week at work. I am still a little bit under the gun as far as finishing out a couple of projects in time, but they're all, as they typically do, they're starting to come like take shape. They're not, I'm past the stage where it's like I'm trying to figure it out, and it's now starting to all the work, like a foundation I've done is starting to actually be a good thing, and it's starting to build out. And I'm getting to the part where I'm just smooth sailing down towards the end. Just have to start doing reviews and changes, and all that part's the easy part. As far as outside of that, I finished Death Note. I talked about starting that not too long ago. Yeah, I finished that series. I actually finished it, I think it was maybe Thursday of last week, so right after we had recorded. I really liked it a lot. Yeah, like I thought it was really, really cool. And I know it's an older series, and so, but to me, like never having come to that and being relatively new to anime, not really knowing what to expect, is way more, I guess, adult than I was expecting it to be. And it was way more intense too. There was a lot of back and forth and kind of suspense throughout it, and like who's going to win. It's these two people essentially kind of battling for most of it, like mental battling, a match of wits, if you will, and seeing the back and forth kind of how they were going to do that and trying to figure out how's it going to go. It was all way more entertaining than I was expecting it to be. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Nice.
I also watched Batman versus Superman finally.
Oh, nice.
I did too.
Yeah, I know. I saw I saw that message that you put of like Sarah watching that final screen or whatever, and then I just happened to see that it was on HBO, and I was like, huh, well, okay, I'll give this a shot, because I had never done it.
Yeah.
So,
and
it wasn't as bad as people have made it out to be.
That's
but
exactly
it also
what I
wasn't
thought when I saw it.
It also wasn't like, I wouldn't call it good. If that makes like,
would you tell somebody to see it?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it, and I probably wouldn't be eager to watch it again.
Yeah.
But I was entertained for the amount of time that I spent with it, if that makes sense. It's kind of the exact same feelings I have with Suicide Squad. Like, well, I'm not going to watch that again. But for the couple of hours I spent there, I had enough entertainment that I feel like it was worth doing.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I don't...
You weren't mad at yourself for watching it. You didn't feel like,
no, I wasn't
man,
mad
now
at
it's
myself.
7 at night already.
But I will say, like, everybody just went on and on about, like, oh, Affleck's the best Batman ever. I didn't really find him particularly great.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people say that they think Affleck's the best Batman.
No.
What?
There's no way someone said
especially
that.
on the Bruce Wayne side.
Oh, well,
like they definitely really like that part.
I didn't say he was the best ever, but I did like him as Bruce Wayne.
Oh, I said that.
No.
Who would say that? I said that.
I would never say that he was the best Batman. That's crazy sounding.
I heard a lot of people say he's the best Batman.
What?
And
Wow.
I will say this. I like that they had that little the effect or whatever where like when he's wearing a suit, it like changes his voice.
Yes.
I liked that better than the person having to do like a gruff voice.
I totally agree.
That was way better. I did like that. I didn't like the Batman suit. I thought
he just looks he looks so big in it.
It's chunky in it, yeah.
I wouldn't go say chunky. You know, it's chubby people got to look out for each other.
No. Not like, it's like clunky. It's like,
well, yeah, the tank suit.
It seems too big for him. He's like a mech all of a sudden. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like him really as Batman, but I didn't mind him as Bruce Wayne. But maybe because he's a rich guy in real life, so he's just playing.
There you go.
Well, I mean, pretty much everybody who's played Bruce Wayne is actually a rich guy. So
good point.
I don't know, man. Was Keaton rich when he started that one?
He's richer than I am.
Yeah, I would say so.
Bruce Wayne rich?
He's rich enough.
He was
I don't
probably...
think anybody's legit Bruce Wayne rich. Well,
I
guess
guess he was a hit in the 80s.
Oh, okay, got you. Well, while you're on it, who is your favorite Batman while we're just talking about it?
Wow.
I actually really liked Christian Bale. I didn't like his Batman voice, but I liked Christian Bale's Batman. And I really liked Michael Keaton, but that's just because it was my first Batman to ever see on screen. So I always just have this like, that's my favorite one, like my most nostalgic one.
Ed?
Yeah, I liked Michael Keaton, I think just because he was besides Adam West, he was like my first like real Batman.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll go with Michael Keaton.
Tim?
Yeah, I agree. Michael Keaton. If you say Val Kilmer, I will come over there and throat punch you.
He's going to say George Clooney.
Why
He knows
don't
he's
I
saying
say
George Clooney.
Why would George Clooney make a good? He was a good Bruce Wayne.
I was gonna say I almost like him as Bruce Wayne.
Yes,
best.
I was just gonna say I would like him. I like him way more as Bruce Wayne than Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
he's got that swagger.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he was my Bruce Wayne of choice. But man, it's so hard because I so disliked Christian Bale's voice.
Yeah,
and so it ruined those movies for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought those movies really centered around the villain and not Batman.
And honestly, those were the best movies anyway, I thought.
Yeah, they're the best Batman movies.
The Nolan series were probably the best ones.
But they
were
starred
darker,
the villain.
gritty.
They didn't even star Batman, I didn't feel like.
Exactly.
I felt like
the focus was more on the villain.
Yeah, even like when I would walk away from them quoting anything, I'm always quoting the villain.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to say Christian Bale, but I don't want to say Michael Keaton because that seems so regular. I'll say Ben Affleck. I'm just kidding. I'll go with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, man, I will say there will never be a better Joker than Heath.
No, man,
Heath Ledger.
That's never going to be done that well again, ever.
Never going to happen ever again.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it.
That was a once in a lifetime performance.
That's definitely my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite Joker to date, but I don't feel like it couldn't be topped. I'm sure there's something
always
that
be
could
compared to
Batman's going to be retold
You know
and
what I'm
retold.
saying?
No,
forever.
yeah, I mean Jared Leto was compared to that too in Suicide Squad, and he didn't like.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't see it, but did he even come close? I didn't think so.
No,
No,
I don't think he's
like
the real
Leto's
Joker
at all.
in that movie.
Right.
Yeah, that's
okay.
to be determined. We'll find out for sure on that.
What else, Chris?
I've been really considering selling my Xbox One.
Ooh, what the heck?
I haven't done it.
You've been just
but
thinking
somebody
about it.
somebody had said like, hey, if you ever want to get rid of your Xbox One, I might be interested in buying it, and that's just made the wheels start turning.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, it just
sits there.
It sits there most of the time. I ran out of gold, and I don't have a reason yet to rebuy it, so I'm not getting the new games each week or anything.
Me neither.
And
gosh,
I'm just like, because I'm already eyeing Scorpio, and I don't plan to get Scorpio like launch or anything like that, but I feel like down the road, that's where I'm going to end up. I kind of like, well, I could just sell it now. I don't see anything on the horizon right now that I'm like, man, this is coming for Xbox One, so I really need to make sure I keep it. The things that's made me lean towards no so far, part of it is like, I want to wait and see what happens at E3, see if there's something that's announced that's going to be like for this coming summer or this coming fall, that's going to be like, oh my gosh, I've got to play that, and I don't want to be kicking myself that I don't have the opportunity to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen because most stuff that's announced at E3 doesn't come as quickly as that coming fall. It's usually like maybe the next
unless you're
winter or something.
Yeah, or Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Right.
So, I mean, it's possible, but it's unlikely. But the other thing, the main reason that I've been teetering on not getting rid of it is because the NFL app on there is so good.
Really?
That I don't want to not have the next football season without it.
Ooh, wow.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I don't
got him.
I don't have NFL Network, so all I get are like a bunch of little snippets, but the snippets that I get are really good information, and I find it super entertaining. I go on there and just get lost and spend hours just in the NFL app. It's really well done.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I'd hate for September to roll around and football season's getting started and I can't watch anything. So
Man, I say keep it because I'm the same way. Mine isn't even plugged in. I mean, it's next to my PS4 right now, but it's not even plugged in. But I'm still keeping it. I'm the same way. I don't have gold right now. I don't have a reason to, but I'm still just going to keep it and we'll just let it sit for a little bit. The last game I played was Rise of the Tomb Raider last year on it.
I'm probably not going to get rid of it, at least not anytime soon. But then I also think about like, well, if I wait till Scorpio comes out, the price is going to go down on what I can get for it even more.
Yep.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just something I'm toying around with. I haven't made up my mind. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. Right now, I'm heavily leaning towards keeping it.
Yeah.
Especially till at least E3 is over, so I know what's on the
horizon
coming around the corner for the Xbox side. But I don't know. We'll see. Gaming wise, since I've been going on a little long, I did play a little bit more Arkham Knight, but not much.
Nice.
I don't really enjoy the Batmobile that much. I don't hate
No?
it. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever, but I definitely would rather be out of it than in it. But so far it's fine. I've only done the mission up to where you catch like poison ivy, and that's very close in the beginning.
Yes.
So haven't gotten very far on it at all. I did play a little bit more Don't Starve with Stacy. The majority of my time has been spent playing Overwatch, trying to check out what the new Uprising DLC or event.
Have you got any skins?
How do you like it?
I've not gotten any skins, but quite frankly, most of the skins I don't care for, so it doesn't bother me as much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do like there's a new really cool Diva intro that I think is nice, and I kind of like the Reinhardt skin. So I'll keep playing during the event and see if anything drops, but I haven't gotten anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing that I did is I played, y'all have heard of, I always say this name wrong, Danganronpa?
Yep.
I think it's
Yeah, Danganronpa.
So it was a Vita game, and then they re-released episode 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 4, and then later on, I think sometime in the fall or the summer, the third iteration of the game is supposed to be coming out. But they released a Danganronpa class trial VR demo for PlayStation VR, and I downloaded it. And I've never played a Danganronpa game ever. I know a little bit about it, kind of that it's kind of like a visual novel in a way, and you can make choices somewhat like a Telltale, but not exactly. But the VR class trial was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Nice.
So much so that I reached out to Jace, who's like one of the biggest Danganronpa fans I know. I was like, all right, so if I were going to go down this road, do I do Vita or PS4? So I don't know. I'm considering going down that road. The thing is that most people told me it'd be a little bit better to do it on Vita.
Yeah.
But on Vita, I guess part 1 and part 2 are not bundled together like they are on PS4, and they're $40 a piece.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I know, and the game came out in like 2014.
That's an old game to be that expensive.
On PlayStation 4, the bundled version is $40. I was like,
Wow.
if I do it, I'm probably going to go that way. But Jace did say, he was like, well, a lot of times when there's a flash sale, Danganronpa will be part of that. So depending on how much the discount is, I might get it there if I decide to take the plunge.
Right.
But
jeez Louise.
I was definitely like, again, pleasantly surprised, because it was another thing where it's like, I don't really know about this, but I'm going to give it a shot in the VR demo. So much so that I wish now, or I really hope that like part 3 has got a big VR element that's, or playable in VR maybe, or something.
There you go.
I think it'd be really cool for it to be like a VR game rather than just a little demo that they had. So
That's cool.
You go.
yeah, I
Awesome.
said anybody who's got PSVR, give it a try. I mean, it's free, so download it, see what you think.
Yeah. There you go.
That's it for me.
Nice.
Tim Router.
Yes, sir. We got Piper's topic of the week, and it is April the Giraffe finally had her baby this weekend.
Who?
Is that a cartoon?
All right. Allow me to give you some backstory.
Yes, please.
So,
Toys R Us?
there's a park up in upstate New York called Animal Adventure Park, and their giraffe has been pregnant, and the gestation period is like 15 months.
15 months?
So what they did is, they've set up a live cam, and
she's like, can I get some privacy, please?
I know, right? And last month they started saying that, hey, she could go into labor, like we're getting closer to the birth. So they put it up on live cam, and it became a huge hit. Everybody
why does that happen?
I don't know, but I get up in the morning, and that's one of the first things I was checking on, and there she is, just pooping and just hanging out, just doing nothing. But it was really, but like Piper would get up, she's like, giraffe check. So like it was really fun and engaging for her.
That's fun.
And
that's cool.
And so April had her baby, and we got to witness it, and it was gross, and there was all kinds of fluids coming out, but it was pretty amazing. The baby just plunks out, right? Its feet and head come out first, and then it just plunks out, and then it didn't move for like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, please, like all this hype. Toys R Us is sponsoring this, by the way.
Of course,
like,
they are.
They have sponsors for the live cam and everything. About a million people are watching at one point.
Wow!
At any given time, it's pretty amazing. So
all of a sudden,
the baby's
Shia LaBeouf pops up. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. You're like, stop it. Your thing got shut down. Stop it.
That's right. Move away. Move away. Do it. Anyway, so like the baby's not moving, and then finally it started moving. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So it was great. Piper was all excited. She was showing everybody, and so yeah, that was that. She wanted that to be the topic.
What's
of the
the
week
giraffe's name?
April.
The baby?
And that's the funny thing. Now they want everybody to name the giraffe. She had a boy.
It's gonna be freaking Giraffe, Giraffe face.
I was gonna say neck face.
Shoot.
Exactly. It's gonna be spot.
Roofy the Doofy Giraffe.
Exactly.
Something stupid. People can't be mature about that stuff anymore. Those days are over.
No, not at all. Especially when you give it. Yeah, when you keep it that open.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people are gonna be like, oh, let's have some fun with this.
Yeah.
So long neck poopy pants is here.
Glad y'all been waiting.
Long neck poopy pants. I love it. Other than that, man, my Predators are up 3-0 against the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm going to the game on Thursday, where we might be able to sweep. And Piper and I watched the game. She stayed up. It went into overtime on Monday, and she stayed up with me till midnight watching it. And we were so excited that they won in overtime. I won't, but there were people that threw catfish. 4 of them, to be exact.
I know. I met those guys.
Did you? That's awesome.
They were like, "Hey, just be watching the first home game of the playoffs."
Yep.
I was like, "Really?" And they showed me pictures on like how they get the fish into the arena and all this. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I didn't know that.
Why
was
do
a
they
thing.
throw catfish? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. I'm black. You have to ask somebody else.
No, it's a thing. So up in Detroit, the fans will throw an octopus out on the ice. It's just one of these things that they have. From what I understand, it's the 8 legs because that's the 8 Stanley Cups that the Detroit Red Wings have won in the past. I think they've won more than that now. But then it just became a tradition where somebody throws an octopus or a squid or something out there. So here, now that you're in the South, somebody got the bright idea of, hey, let's throw a catfish out. Even though we haven't won a Stanley Cup or anything, it's just something that they do when they throw out on the ice. Yeah, trying to feel included.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like, hey, you showed up. Here's a trophy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, had a good Easter. We like Ed and it seems like everybody else just kind of did nothing, hung out with. We went over to my parents' house. Cousins were there. My nieces and nephew were there. So Piper's cousins were there. We had nice food and hung out, and it was a very good time.
When's your next Disney trip? We haven't heard much Disney out of you lately.
Yeah, my dude. I don't know if we're going this year just because of the new house and everything.
Well, you don't want to miss a day of it being built?
No,
have you been taking your time-lapse pictures?
Not at all. No.
You knew that would happen.
Nope, not happening. No, I haven't done. But they've got the framing the walls. They're going to start like the stairs are up. They're going to finish up the roof, and then yeah, man, it's moving. It's a moving and a shaking. So it's very exciting. So we go there every day.
Man, I would think with all the money you're saving, you should go to Disney like at least 3 or 4 times before the year's up.
Oh no, the money we're saving is going toward all the upgrades that we need to get because nothing standard is anything that we want.
Well,
like all the standard stuff. Exactly.
I'm not rolling down my window.
We do not do standard.
Exactly. Do you want me to flush?
No, I mean,
you want me to touch the toilet for it to flush?
A lot of
I gotta walk up these steps.
A lot of these builders have these really weird, like, they must have like these deals with these people, and a lot of their stuff is crap.
Really?
I gotta say, it's just that cheap stuff.
I got you.
And
like what you mean, like fixtures and things like that?
Yeah, just the fixtures, like the mortar for the brick is an upgrade to make it stain it white. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, to stain the grout white.
Well, no. It's not. It's like
that's different. I'm okay with regular grout looking.
Their standard grout is just like this gray, and we're doing white. We're doing white brick, I think. I don't know. Lauren's got all this stuff. I just want. I just need a roof over my head. I don't care.
Welcome to freaking.
But like
wherever y'all are moving, I can't stay in that place.
Yeah, West Haven. Yeah, exactly.
The mortar is actually Grey Poupon.
Yeah, so I mean, we're having some problems with the builder now. There's been some miscommunications, and
now so it begins.
Yeah, they quoted us on something that was just ridiculous, and we challenged them on like, hey, are you sure this is right? And then all of a sudden they thought that we were you know, we were questioning their integrity, and we're like, whoa. We're customers. We're just trying to figure out why this price is so high. Give us a reason. And you know what? Maybe a little bit better customer service. Give us some other options then instead. You know, like we both own our own businesses. We know how this goes. Exactly. We know you need to make a little money, but we know, you know, we also don't want to bend over either. So, you know, it's just crazy. So I hate this whole process. I just want it done at this point.
Yeah.
And, but it's just one of those things. But yeah, other than that, like once we're in, I'll be so much happier. But we're not going to. I don't think we're going to Disney this year because we got furniture to buy. We've got all kinds of stuff because we sold a lot of stuff when we moved out, knowing full well that we're just going to kind of start fresh and get new things.
You gotta get a golf cart.
Yeah, seriously, that's really what we're saving up for is that kind of stuff. I kind of want one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
They're going to kick you out if you don't get one.
Yeah, we'll see.
You probably can only buy from certain approved golf cart dealers.
Yeah, right.
The HOA.
I can't go to. I can't go to Jimmy John's and get it. I have to go to somebody
John
else.
Deere stickers. You got to have the gold mud flaps.
Exactly.
Oh man, I want to trick it out so much with spinners and all kinds of stuff.
Freaking put some hydraulics. On that thing.
Yeah, baby, exactly.
Rolling down. I'm creeping.
That's right.
You need to make it just look like a Batmobile in some way.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be
awesome. It has a
it.
thruster in the back. Doesn't do anything. It's just for looks.
It's just got a red light.
Just for looks.
With the little flame paper coming out.
Be amazing.
Yep.
Do I have a story for you guys though? So yesterday, I'm working over at Ribbo, and Lauren calls me. She's like, "Hey, you need to come over here. This guy is yelling at me because Thaxton got out of the store." And apparently bit this guy's dog, and he's threatening to sue and yelling at me. I'm like, I'll be right over. So I hop in the car, I go on over there, and Thaxton's just in the back like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. And Lawrence, and I'm like, all right, where is this guy? Yeah, and I'm going, where is this guy and what's going on? And so apparently he's down the street. So I walk up to him. He has a white pit bull, right, just on a leash.
Okay.
And he's all kind of tatted up and whatever. So I'm like, hey, my name's Tim. Like, I'm the owner's husband. He's like, you need to go back to the store. I called the police. You need to go back. Your dog bit my dog. And I'm like, well, slow down a second. Let me ask you, like, what's going on? Like, you know, like, this is my service dog, and like, you know, I could sue you guys. This is like a federal offense or something like that. He was acting really weird and raising his voice, and it's like, you need to go back. You need to go back. I'm like, look. First off, where's your dog's service dog, Jackie? He's like, it's in the car. It's like, I don't have to show you anything. But I'm like, well, I need to know if this is a pit bull, right? So a lot of people have misconceptions about pit bulls. If it is a service dog, I need to know about it.
Yeah.
And he ended up pulling out this card. I didn't get a chance to really read it that much, but apparently it is a service dog.
He just flashes FBI.
Oh, right. Okay. He flashes his Blockbuster card or whatever. And so I'm like, terrible. So he's like getting fired up. He's like, you need to go back. You need to go back. I'm like, so the police have been called. He's like, and I'm like, look, I'm just trying to get all the information and figure out what's going on here so we can kind of come to something here and figure out what's up. And so he's like, just go back because the police are coming. So I go back. The cops come in. And so basically he suffers from PTSD.
Okay.
And this dog is a service dog in the form of an emotional service dog. But here's an interesting point.
Anxiety or something.
Yeah. So the police can't question whether or not that dog is a service dog. According to HIPAA rules, this is like fascinating stuff I didn't know, and who knew that this would happen on a Tuesday. But it was one of those things where they can't really ask, and they can't ask to prove that the dog is a service dog.
Right.
Really?
For anything. So, that's null and void. So the bottom line is, our freaking dog cost us a citation because he ran out and he didn't really, I think he play nipped, and he hasn't, he hasn't bit anybody. Like, he play nips with Piper, for crying out loud, and it's no big deal.
Yeah, Thaxton doesn't seem like a fighter, especially with a pit bull.
No, he got scared. He got scared when the guy started yelling at him and ran into Anthropology. The manager in Anthropology loves him because he's done this before where he'll sit in the front of the store right at the door. But if there's a dog, he'll go out and he'll go, rah, 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 rah. He barks, and then they sniff each other's butt, and then that's it. Mm-hmm. You know, his bark is way worse than his bite. So this guy got a little bit too hyped. So so the police are taking statements. They had to call animal control.
What?
And so now Lauren's crying because they think that they're going to take Thaxton. I'm like, good, no problem.
I was about to say, y'all don't even like Thaxton.
No, we do. Well, I'm kidding. We love him. He's just a turd. But it's one of those things where
we love him. He's just the worst.
I know. I do love him. He's sweet. He's super sweet. He's very affectionate dog, and he wouldn't hurt a fly at all. He's just barky, and that's his breed. He's just just annoying that way. So the police, the officer, Franco police, they were great. Like, they were telling Lauren, like, calm down. One of the officers gave her a hug because she was I'm like, honey, go back inside. It's fine. Let's take care of this. We go back into the store, and we're just talking with the cops until animal control shows up. And I went ahead and called our vet, and they emailed over his rabies and vaccination records, printed it out. So as soon as animal control came, they're like, the first thing they said was, look, darling, we're not taking any kids or anything. We're not taking your children away from you. This is not a big deal. We see this all the time. I immediately show them the records. So like, all right, great, he's vaccinated. So then they go down and talk to the other dude. So long story short, we basically get a citation because his dog was on a leash. So legally, he was fine. Our dog ran out of the store, was not on a leash, and allegedly bit the dog. So according to animal control, it really wasn't a bite. It was probably just a scratch. Also, it was a female dog, and she was in heat. So Thaxton probably smelled that as well.
Right.
And apparently, and then we found out that the guy suffers from PTSD. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a vet. So now we kind of feel bad. He actually, the officer came back, and he did want to say that he apologized for the way he was acting, because he was cursing at Lauren, and Lauren, of course, is Jersey, so she'll give it right back to her.
Right.
Yeah.
So she ain't worried about that.
And which, I'm not worried about her at all. So basically, the whole thing was, well, this was, why not this be a Tuesday with our dog getting fined for biting a dog in heat? $126.
Ah,
doggone. Wow.
So I'm just
trying to get bleach grout.
Like he was threatened when he was getting all fired up. He was threatening to sue. He doesn't have a leg to stand on, really. I mean, it would be a civil case, and if we had to lawyer up, we would. But I'm not even going to go to court. In fact, when the citation is processed, I'm just going to pay it, and be done with it.
Man.
So now we call Thaxton 126.
Oh, geez.
So that's his that's his new name now. It's either Cujo or 126.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and the funny thing is, we usually have a baby gate in the back room, and that's where he stays. But some people want to see him. Like, we have regular customers that come in and see him, and and every once in a while he'll just creep up toward that front door, and he sits there. Like, he doesn't leave. He sits there, and he's really sweet. I've seen it happen. But man, if there's a dog, he just he's a dog, so he goes out and he barks, and then he goes and wants to see who it is and sniffs and. And it can scare people because he comes out pretty aggressive, but then he just stops and then snips. So whatever. So that was my Tuesday, which was interesting.
That is crazy.
So yeah, right. I'm like,
quite the event.
Yeah, and the officers are like, I'm like, well,
thank you, Chris.
This might as well happen. So yeah, it was nuts. But
are you playing anything?
I am playing. Balls still. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm playing Balls, Rocket League, and I got back into some Hearthstone, so I'm playing some Hearthstone.
Oh wow, again, dipping back.
Yeah, it's all mobile, and just the Rocket League is just like the console stuff still hasn't happened yet. I think it's by next week it should start happening again. I got to go pick up Horizon. But I'm still trying to figure out what to play. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what to play.
Is your playing situation a little tougher at the in-laws?
No, it's not bad because it's upstairs in the bonus room. So
He's in the attic.
I can still play anytime I want. It's just what I'm playing and just timing wise with I'm finishing up these projects. So I think by next week everything should be good.
Right.
So yeah, man, that is it for me.
Oh man.
Back to you, Cujo.
Yeah.
How you doing, Patilio? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, good.
We gotta give a shout out to Sean Capri.
Sean Capri
had his son Lincoln.
Nice.
Yep.
That's right.
Congratulations.
And he put on Twitter having a quick snuggle with Link, quietly listening to MTTG Cast, his first podcast.
Yeah,
Guys,
baby.
Wow.
Starting
We're
off
a
right.
human's first podcast.
We are now somebody's lullaby.
I'm a
Congratulations.
baby's first black friend.
We.
I mean,
Hey, let me read this real quick.
He's in Alberta, Edmonton, Canada. Come on, yeah.
Let me read this because he posted this on Facebook, and it wasn't really a question, but it was really sweet. Sean Capri, Lincoln Charles, he said, Lincoln Charles Frank Capri was born on April 14th, and MTTG was the first podcast he listened to. He's already a huge fan. Thank you, Gabe and Chris, for your amazing gifts, and thank you to Josh Stapleton for his friendship in rallying the MTTG community. My wife and I are so fortunate for your kindness. No question this week. I just wanted to say thank you for creating such an awesome community. You guys are the best. P.S. Shout out to Josh Stapleton and all the newborn parents who are up at 4 a.m. Anyone up for Mario Kart or Overwatch? So I thought that was that was really sweet of Sean to post that. And congratulations, awesome. Sean, on Lincoln. Congrats. That's so awesome. Man, it's the best. So enjoy it.
Yeah, man. That is great. And hopefully quick recovery for the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's a photographer by trade, so she's already posting all kinds of awesome shots already. So
I bet.
So.
There we go. So that means she's up and moving around. That's good.
Yeah, she's up and moving. That's great.
Good
stuff.
Sean,
anyway, thank you,
love
Gabe.
you, man. And congratulations.
That's right.
Yes.
And he's We the Nerdy podcast. The Gamer Cast. And If We Ran Nintendo.
There you go.
If you want to check out Sean Capri. Good stuff. I don't even know.
So what chores are you working on?
I had to go to the city yesterday to pull permits for this little shed that I'm trying to do in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting.
No, isn't it?
Paperwork.
Look at you.
Exactly.
You go from performing in front of thousands of people to going to City Hall to get permits.
I know, it keeps me humble.
I know,
That's
exactly.
right.
That's so cool.
I didn't get to play much this week. I did just jump into some Overwatch anytime I could, though. I was like,
nice.
Just because, I don't know, I just want to get back in the thing. I want to get back.
Yeah, how are you liking it?
What's that?
How are you liking it? Like with the new character? Have you played? Is this your first time with the new character?
Yeah. I don't remember what that Osiris. What's that character called?
Orisa.
Yeah. And I didn't like playing as her, as a girl, as much. Right? It's a girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
You think? A robot lady?
Yeah, man. Yes.
Big Bertha.
We'll go with that.
So yeah, I don't mind. I don't like playing with her as much, but it's fun seeing her, I guess, in the game.
She's actually really good to use in that new horde mode that's part of the new event.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, when you go under arcade, there's a horde mode. It's an event on King's Row, and you have to hack these different terminals. Then you have to push a payload to the end just of the map. Okay. But the whole time, your enemies is just a bunch of different enemy robots just coming at you constantly in waves.
Ooh, I haven't done that.
There's two versions of it. There's the one where the characters are all set because it's part of the story, if you will. It's Tracer, Reinhardt,
Torbjorn?
Mercy, and then Torbjorn. And then there's a version of it where you can do the same thing, but you can pick from any heroes you want.
Okay.
And so if you do that one, it's good to have kind of follow the same lineup, if you will, where you need to have a healer, you need to have offense, you need to have defense, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So if everybody chooses right, if you want to go and branch out from just Reinhardt, Orisa is a very good tank hero to use in that mission. Because I'm the same with you. I haven't been super impressed with her in just quick play.
Yep.
But inside of that mode, using Orisa, I like to use her a lot. Her or Reinhardt are probably the best two to use.
Right, because the shield.
I meant to ask you guys, do you guys play mostly more on the offensive, or do you prefer healers or
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I play a support character like she's an assault character. I use May, and I'm constantly out there in the front lines trying to kill
I would assume
people.
a lot of people do that. Like the class that they're in doesn't necessarily keep you to what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. There's a lot of people, specifically people who will main a healing hero like Mercy or Lucio or whatever.
Yeah.
They're typically pretty dang good at following in their role. I'm kind of more similar to Gabe, where I'll play everybody, but I find myself out, if let's say I'm a tank,
you're the aggressor.
I'm always wanting to be aggressive, and I got to remember, wait,
Yeah.
I'm the shield for the whole team. I need to back off a little bit, or somebody will have to tell me, hey, hang on, you're pushing too deep. I need you to come back here and help me out. Yeah, that's right. I have to remember my role.
Yeah.
But I like playing all the different classes. They're all fun.
I got to play that game. Dang it.
It's so good. And And I think I don't know what else.
How was your
going on.
Easter?
It was fine. We went over to my mom's house and ate, hung out, had a good time. I feel like there's something. Oh, did I do Scott Clark's 4th grade class last week? Like, had I talked about that?
Oh no.
They had a
Did he send another one?
They had a career day last week, and he called me as like a singer-songwriter to come in and talk about my career to the classes.
Oh, that's
And that
awesome.
was really fun.
Cool.
And I was really nervous because 4th graders, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
scare
I
ya.
think I forgot that he lived that close where you could go there.
No. He's in Chicago. I
was gonna say, he's in
stepped
Chicago.
to the
Oh, okay, gotcha.
to the class.
I was like, yeah, I didn't realize
that's
he was
nice.
right there.
Yes, it was.
That's cool, man.
It was really fun for me. I don't know if the kids liked it at all, but it was fun for me because
Yeah.
they
It
were
was
like,
really
they're at that age where it wasn't like quite like everything's like.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
Use
try
a
to impress me.
microphone.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, you jump around on stage or something? Yeah, lame.
Yeah.
I do that at recess every day.
That's right.
Exactly. You getting that paper though? Are you getting that paper? So it wasn't quite
Getting
like
that paper.
it wasn't quite like that. And so it was just fun, and inevitably we ended up talking about video games for
Yeah, of
like
course.
half the class. It was awesome.
Nice.
Like,
You
once they
mentioned
find out I'm
Minecraft, and they probably
exactly once they find
Yeah.
out I'm a gamer, every question after that. So it was like, you come on and he's got you on a big projection screen, and you can see the class. And I did 3 or 4 different classes. And
Oh,
so
wow.
That's awesome.
he
Nice.
moderates them. The first one was his class. We've heard his classes over the years, introing Married to the Game.
Oh, heck yeah.
And so he starts off and lets me say what I do and how I got into it and stuff like that. And then he opened up the floor for questions, and then people would come up and ask, this,
That's
that, and the
cool.
other about writing. And
That's really neat. Yeah.
yeah. And so that was fun. And then, but once the gaming thing came out, then it was like, oh, I have a
What were they
question. Yeah,
asking
what's
you?
your favorite game? What's your favorite console?
there you go.
What are you playing right now? And so, and so that was really fun, just talking back and forth with them. And so my nervousness subsided pretty quickly as we got underway, but it was a good time.
That's good.
Yeah. So
That's
hopefully
great, man.
they
Awesome,
got
man.
something out of it. I don't know. Hopefully they got something out of it. We'll see. And then, my Switch is in the car and has never made its way out of the car
Oh no.
since Easter.
Wow.
Because I
Wow.
took it to Easter to show my little brother, and I just haven't gotten it out of the trunk yet. Not because I don't want to. We just been busy.
Mhm.
So I've always been like, ooh, I need to run out and get that out of the trunk. So that's where that is right now. And I wish it was.
Well, there you go.
I wish it'll make it in the house today, hopefully, or tomorrow, or the next day,
Okay.
or the next
All
day
right.
after that.
Or next
Definitely
year.
by 4th of July.
Yes.
Exactly. Definitely by the next
Maybe
holiday.
Memorial Day.
Exactly. So I played a little like 1-2 switch with my brother, and he was like, "This is ridiculous. Did people enjoy this?" I was like, "I mean, it's a good way to show off the console." And I did the
You'd be like, Amara likes it.
exactly. That's the whole reason I got 1-2 switch. But like there's like this one thing where you're trying to figure out how many marbles are in a box, and so you're like rolling it back and forth, and it's just like the best showing off of the HD Rumble or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
And it really is incredible. But that was the one thing he was like, "Oh man, wait, what the heck? How did they do this?" So that was fun to see.
That's cool.
The Star Wars trailer came out this week. I can't believe we made it through 3 nerds and nobody brought up the Star Wars trailer.
I totally forgot this. Yeah, I forgot. I was the one that posted it too because I got it. I saw it
I
30
get my
minutes.
timelines mixed up. It's like, I thought we had talked about that last week, but I guess it was we had got the Battlefront, the leaked trailer. That's
Yeah, we got the leaked
Yeah.
Battlefront trailer.
Yeah.
Well, we got that too. We got a fuller trailer from that. But man, looks good.
I don't care what it looks like. I'm
Yep,
going
I'll
to
take
see
it.
it. But it does look awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. And did it look like Yoda's in it?
There's some theories about that. Yes.
Oh,
Are we talking about the movie or the game?
in the
movie?
Oh, I didn't see anything that made me think Yoda was in it.
Well, the theory is in the scene where you have that landscape shot and Rey must be Rey is practicing her lightsaber and Luke is there in the silhouettes. There is a pillar or a rock to the left of Rey, and on top there's a small little figure, and they think that that's Yoda.
Oh,
and it feels like you could see his hand in one of the shots. Like it's looking like a
maybe
3-finger
maybe
hand or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that part you're confusing with the Battlefront trailer because his hand does appear in that trailer.
No, I'm not. Only because I
didn't see any Yoda hand
I object,
in
sir.
The Last Jedi trailer.
No, I didn't
feel like
see
I've
any
watched
hand.
it enough times I would have noticed a little Yoda
Yeah.
hand.
I think
I've watched it
it's
several times.
my hopeful watching. But I don't know why Yoda would be in it. He's dead, right?
Well, I'm gonna watch it again right now. So I'm gonna tell you.
I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't unless it's he's Ghost Yoda again and whatever. That's fine. But yeah,
Anyway,
I thought we've already put that to bed.
exactly.
So.
All I know is I can't wait for that movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward because this is the next generation. So I'm more concerned with the story of our new heroes and heroines. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I want to know what's going to happen with Rey and Finn and Poe and all those guys. Like these are the new people that I'm starting to really connect with. So they're like our Luke and Leia and Han now.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And they're doing exactly what they need to do. They're being likable,
exactly.
kissable, and huggable.
Everything is flowing really nice. So I'm super excited. So December can't come soon enough. It'll be great.
Exactly. All right, that's it for me. Router,
Sweet.
you got it?
Of course.
Well, let's do it! Oh, man.
Struggle.
No, the struggle is real.
Struggle bus.
My voice got caught up on a shelf.
There it is.
We don't feel like coming back down yet.
Anyway, hey, here's a game that we should all be playing. Telltale Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 1, Tangled Up in Blue, is out this week for the PC, PS4, Xbox One. Yes.
Yeah, it's out
It comes out this week. Comes out this week. So I really want to play that. And if you haven't played the Batman Telltale series, definitely play that as well.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Continuum, a little DLC action. I think it's this week it's exclusive for the PS4, and then it will open up the following week, I think. I don't know. Okay. Don't oops me. I don't care. It's all good. Whatever.
Don't oops me. I don't care.
Oops me, but I don't care. But don't oops me.
Right. No, if you oops me, I won't care, and I probably won't read it next week anyway, so it's all good. I control it all, gentlemen. I control it all. No, it's all good.
Drunk with power, this one.
That's
Go ahead and do it. I'll read it.
I love it. Yeah.
Real quick, hot off the presses.
Exactly.
You may not have seen this yet.
No, it's all good. For the PS4, Vita, and PC, Full Throttle Remastered. For the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. For the Xbox One, City Skylines, Xbox One Edition, and for the Xbox One, Race the Sun. Now, it's a weird one because we don't have full NPD, but we do have at least some confirmation that Nintendo has confirmed that the Switch is the fastest selling video game system in Nintendo history.
Yes.
With more, and I'm sure this is a story, but I'm just going to blow it out anyway. Okay. With more than 906,000 units sold in March. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, meanwhile, sold more than 925,000 copies on Switch and 460,000 copies on Wii U, putting combined totals well over 1.3 million.
Oh my God.
And as a result, Breath of the Wild is the fastest selling game in franchise history, and the Switch version is the fastest selling Nintendo launch game of all time.
Wow, good for Nintendo.
Booyah. Way to go, Nintendo, coming back. Next week, we will have the final totals for all consoles and for games. So that's when we will. We'll have more NPD
pieces
information.
Together.
Put all the
pieces to the puzzle.
pick up the pieces. And that is it for me. Back to you guys. Sorry if I killed one of your news stories.
You didn't. Not one of mine.
Okay, good.
Chris McCracken? Is this about Yoda being in Star Wars?
No, yeah, that I watched it again, and I did not see a Yoda hand.
And I think that hand is actually a glove.
No,
It
I
looks
think it's
more
a
like a
glove
glove.
too. It's just my imagination running wild.
But I will say
It's
that on
Michael Jackson.
that wide shot, I had never noticed that little small rock or figure on top of the little thing.
Yep.
So, okay, I'll give it to you on
I
that
didn't
one.
either. I
That's
didn't either.
definitely not Yoda.
So
That's the
yeah,
head of the statue.
I didn't either. And somebody just went frame by frame and noticed it, and that's become a theory now, a fan theory, which is fine.
I'll feed it.
Yeah, yep.
Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, I'll feed it. All right, so Microsoft
Yes.
is testing out in their preview program. They're testing out self-service refunds. So essentially, they're kind of following the same model as Steam, where if you buy a game digitally,
Ooh, I need to do
and
that.
have played it for 2 hours or less, you can return it, and you have within 14 days of purchase.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So I love this idea. I'm so ecstatic that they're doing this because as a person who buys mostly digital, all this is doing is help usher in the all digital future even quicker because if they go ahead and open this up and it's like just a regular piece, it's not like a little test feature that they're trying out. And they're like, okay, this works and we're going to do it. So they would be doing it. Steam would be doing it. PlayStation's bound to jump onto the same thing because it's going to become the standard. And then the sooner that happens, the sooner that more deeper discounts come. It's like the more that the physical goes away, the more that it opens up the ability to be way more flexible on the digital side, which is where I just spend all my time there anyways. And so I'm totally excited for this. And if I were buying games on my Xbox One, not that I return very many, but I would definitely take advantage if I buy something like, you know what, I'm not liking this at all. Like if I had bought Borderlands 2 on the Xbox, I'd have been like, return. Actually, maybe I couldn't have because I probably would have I played more than 2 hours worth of it. So maybe I couldn't. But I love the idea of having the option to return digital games and get a refund.
It's funny that you brought that up because the question of the week, this leads really well into the question of the week later, but does this become the new demo? I love demos and I don't feel like enough games do demos. So does this
That's an interesting point.
Does this scratch that itch for people? Do you think?
Well, it's going to depend because, and I haven't seen anything about that in particular referenced in here, but I would be willing to bet. Well, no, I'm getting to that. What I'm saying is I bet there's going to be some type of clause or whatever that's like, hey, you can't be like buying 30 games and then return them all. Like there's going to be some kind of like cadence you have to follow. You can't just constantly be buying stuff and returning it. Just to kind of stem off people using it as like a pseudo demo service. I would bet there'd be something in there that's like, hey, you can only return X number of games a month or something.
Yeah,
I bet there's going to be something in there because you're right. Like then you could just you could play every single game and then just return it within as long as you played less than 2 hours. That doesn't seem.
I think the demo still stays if that's the case because once you start having transactions and your card gets charged and what have you, that can freak people out versus a demo where you just add to cart, download it, and it's free.
I know,
and there's no obligation.
Demos to me, number one, they're a dying breed, I feel like. But I feel like
that's true.
Demos have gotten me to buy games. And so
if
I'm trying out a game, there's going to be a game that I accidentally play more than 2 hours because I'm enjoying myself and now I can't return it. And so I wonder if it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying, to have it to not cap something like that. Because 2 hours is not long. You know what I'm saying? Unless you
it's not.
download Pac-Man.
It's not, but I think it's a decent enough gauge, and if you are going to end up playing for more than 2 hours, then you're going to get stuck with it at that point.
Exactly.
So
I almost feel like the limit should be more like maybe 5 because there are a bunch of games where within 2 hours you're just barely getting past like the tutorial part of
very
it.
true.
You really don't know the game yet.
Right.
So
very true.
it kind of depends. Like if it's a fighting game, like Injustice or something, well, you're going to know within 2 hours, hey, I like this or I don't. I mean, when something that like hits the ground running, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
But those games that like have a slow start, I could even argue that like 2 hours isn't enough time to figure out whether you like something or not.
Right.
But hey, it's a start. It's opening the door, so I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I have a feeling. I mean, this is the initial run of this, and I have a feeling they're going to make some tweaks. because I think you're right. I think you need a little bit longer to determine whether or not you really like the game or not. But I mean, it's still 2 hours.
I want to say Steam. I want to say that theirs is like 5 hours. Their trial period, where like as long as you've played it 5 hours or less. I could be totally wrong, but I do feel like theirs is more than 2. So I don't know about if it's longer than 14 days or not.
Right.
14 days seems plenty of time to me for an amount of days that you have purchased before you can return.
Sony definitely doesn't make it easy. You have to like call a number and have them do. I have to do it because I in my haste during the sale last week, they had Hot Shots Tennis on sale for like $3. And I was like, I love the Hot Shots game and I love tennis games. I'll buy this. And so I bought it, and it's the remake from the PlayStation. It's the port of the PlayStation 2 Hot Shots Tennis. And I was like, this is not what I wanted. And so I'm going to return it to the digital store.
Good luck.
I just can't
forget. On the PlayStation side anyways, and it depends on the state that you live in, if your state dictates otherwise, but all of their digital orders, they all say on the product page, they're like, unless your state dictates we have to do this legally, there are no refunds. So when you call, and you can get it refunded or returned or whatever, but they're kind of like extending you a courtesy. So at the same time, like you can't do it a bunch because according to their terms of service, they don't owe you anything because they're telling you right up front, like, hey, there are no cancellations or refunds. Once you hit buy, you're locked in. So it's, I mean, that's what I'm saying is like, if Microsoft ends up doing this like all the time, it's not just a trial thing. And then you've got Steam doing it. It's just another thing that Sony's going to start feeling pressure. Like, hey, these other people are doing it. It's very pro-consumer and consumers are telling us they want it. We need to jump on board with this too and formulate some kind of program.
Yeah, do it, Sony. I need to give you back Hot Shots Tennis.
I don't think they'll do it until they have to, but they'll jump on board eventually.
Nice. Let's see. Which story do I want to start with? Oh, snap. All right. I used to watch a show called Storage Wars. It's still on. I don't know any of the cast of characters nowadays, but apparently somebody on Storage Wars bought a locker, or what do they call them? Storage unit, for $1,500 and found $45,000 worth of classic video games in there.
Wow.
45,000. So that's a good day.
Wow.
It was filled with Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, NES games, as well as a television, Atari 5200, Commodore VIC 20 computer, and the Fairchild Channel F, as well as the Nintendo handheld Game & Watch unit, a TurboGrafx 16 card, European Sega Master Game System. I mean, just pumped full.
Wow.
Yeesh.
So good for them, because that's awesome. Because, you know, if you haven't seen the show, Storage Wars is about people that go and buy storage units that have been kind of left to rot and people haven't been paying their bill on it. And so you can look in the storage unit, but you can't like go in there. You can like kind of get a flashlight.
Just like open the door and take a look.
Exactly. And kind of look as close as you can at it. And then you're really just guessing as far as like, this one kind of looks nicely kept, or, ooh, what's that in the back corner? And, you know, I think that could be worth this much. And so they make a bunch of drama about it off the show. I stopped watching it. I can't watch it anymore. But I used to love it. And I went to a storage auction because of it one time. And it was
really
not like the television show.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, I was like, no, $5. And then somebody's like, $10. You're like, well, that's too rich for my blood. So
there you go.
I don't know if it'll be on the show or not, but I thought that was pretty cool to get $45,000. There was 3,000 classic video games in there. 3,000.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Even if you got $1 for each, you coming out in the black.
Right?
Yeah. I like it. Chris McCracken?
Yeah, I like it too.
Oh, no, I was saying, do you have something else?
Keep up,
Making
brother.
sure you were awake.
Let's go.
Need your approval.
Did he fall asleep?
So, old Nintendo.
I know. Doggone you, Nintendo.
They're continuing down their little streak of just doing extremely popular stuff.
Yep.
They came out with a statement. They said, let me say this in corporate speak.
Yeah.
Throughout
Interpreter.
April, North American territories will receive the last shipments of the NES Classic Edition system. We encourage anyone interested in obtaining the system to check with retail outlets regarding availability. We understand that it has been difficult for many customers to find a system. And for that, we apologize.
Y'all ain't sorry.
We have paid close attention to consumer feedback, and we greatly appreciate the incredible level of consumer interest and support for this product. And now my part is to say, so much, in fact, we're canceling the system.
Exactly right. Exactly.
What in the world?
That's because they don't want it to compete with the Switch.
That's the only thing I could guess is that they're about to unlock in the next couple months you being able to buy the old games on the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But see, here's the deal, and I've heard that that people are feeling like, or they're hoping anyways, that that's kind of what this is signaling, that the virtual console is going to open up and you're going to be able to buy all these NES Classic games, because I guess you can't buy any of those right now on the Switch.
No,
is that right,
you can't.
Okay, so cool.
Yeah, that's why.
I love that idea that they open up the virtual console and you can get even more of the old games that people love. But why do you stop selling the games in another way that people are really excited about? Because people only have to pay $60 for the NES Classic. And if somebody's not going to pay $300 for your Switch, you're still making money by selling them this little cheap thing.
I know, Chris.
Why do you hate money so much? Why do you do something popular and then decide, you know what? Wow, I don't know how to handle this popularity. I better stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What is your deal, Nintendo?
I agree. I think another thing is, too, they're talking about some sources have said that the SNES version is coming out in the holiday season this year. And so I wonder if they're trying to get out of the way of that.
These are just little filler, like holiday consoles that they're going to produce right around the holidays and then cancel, all while still trying to sell the Switch.
Right.
Basically. I mean, this Classic was definitely just a filler in between until the Switch was ready, in my opinion.
Did you end up getting one, Chris?
No, I didn't, because they made it a pain in the butt to find the thing. I was like, I'm not jumping through hoops to buy your product. And now they're taking it away. I was like, I'll wait till they're all over the shelves finally, and then maybe I'll pick one up, because Stacy really wants to play one.
Is that why you're frustrated? Is because now it's going to be hard to find something for your wife?
Well, now it's definitely not going to happen, because they're already selling for like thousands of dollars on eBay because they're getting so
it's ridiculous.
It's not happening. I'm not buying one.
You hear that, Stacy?
He's mad. He's mad because he's going to end up getting a Switch now. That's the problem.
Well, no, if Stacy wants a Switch, we'll get her a Switch. Stacy gets what Stacy wants. But
as she should.
Nice.
What I'm saying is that
what my baby wants, my baby gets.
It's just like
I'm with you, dude.
I
totally.
want to like Nintendo, and I want to be like, hey, Nintendo, come on, man, win me over. And then you start opening the door, and then you just slam it shut because of something like this. It's like I don't understand their ridiculousness. It drives me up a wall. It really does.
Yep. He's all fired up.
Man, it is really frustrating. Like, I don't understand. It's the same thing. Like, I don't understand why you would create something that becomes popular and shut it down in its height still. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not like it's tapering off and there's hundreds out there and they're sitting on the shelves. And it's like people are still clamoring for it. And it's like, why would you not just let people clamor and let them have to, feel like they have to get it?
And let's say that they are going to come out with an SNES Classic next year, and then maybe there's future plans to do like a GameCube Classic and all this kinds of stuff. None of those things compete with each other because there are specific games that work on those systems.
Right.
So if you want all your 8-bit stuff, and you don't want to pay $400, at least currently or whatever, for a Switch, $300, whatever it is, and then of course it'll be cheaper later, but let's still maybe more than you're willing to spend or able to spend.
Yeah.
$60 is something, that's the price of a game for most people. They can pay that price. It's like, and people who want 8-bit stuff may not want 16-bit stuff, or vice versa, or they want both. So now you can sell them two things. It's like, why? Yeah. I would love for them to come out and say, like, this is why we're not doing it, because our factory that makes them blew up. Something.
So you don't believe the story of it was always supposed to be a limited thing?
Oh,
no, I believe that. I believe that could be the case, but how many companies?
You're saying change your model.
But how many companies would make something? Then all of a sudden it blows up and extremely popular, and they're like, oh crap, this is way more popular than we thought. Let's shut it down quick. That's usually not the reaction of a rational company. Oh, they're like, we better ramp up production and keep people happy because this is selling gangbusters. That's the way a normal company does things.
Like that's like Ford saying, "I know you guys love the Mustang, but from now on, only Focuses."
Yeah,
right.
We came out with this new Focus. We really want to sell it, and we don't want y'all paying attention to this Mustang.
Right.
Can anybody come up with a reason why they're doing this?
Yeah, I can. I can come up with a reason. Because Nintendo.
I know. Besides, because Nintendo.
Then no, I can't.
Me either.
Do you think it's because are they butthurt that it's doing better than they thought, and they want people in the Switch maybe didn't?
That's like somebody saying your wife is pretty and you being upset about it.
I know. I just
Like,
I'm
hey,
trying to think how they think.
It was nice to meet your wife. She is really pretty, and you're like, oh, what? Well, you can't see her anymore.
There is
That sounds like something Nintendo would do.
There's been a couple different like theories, like the whole like, oh, well, maybe this signals that Virtual Console on Switch is going to open up. So there's those obvious
Here's
ones
the thing,
like that.
though, about the Virtual Console, and this is to me personally. It's going to take me years to spend $60 on virtual games. Years. I love Super Mario. You know, there's the big games I love. I love Donkey Kong, but I'm gonna get those at like $5 at a time, and some of those I own, the hard cartridge of, and I'm not gonna rebuy it. Like $60, I would have paid $60 at once to get 7 games. I'm not gonna play all 30 games on there. I was gonna play like 5 to 7 games on that thing, and you would have had my money. And so I'm just not understanding why they would do this. Like, even in my imagination, I can't understand why they would do it.
Well, there's this guy on YouTube that I subscribe to his channel. His name's Kevin Kinson, and he does just a lot of gaming focused stuff, like reviewing hardware and all this different kinds of stuff. And he put out a video, obviously saying this news story that it's being canceled, and was kind of going through some theories as to maybe why. And one of them was the whole Virtual Console thing. But one of the other reasons that he said, he was like, there is a segment of people that kind of feel like this could be just Nintendo getting butthurt and being vindictive because people found a way to crack into the NES Classic and add other games onto it.
Right.
And so he's like, Nintendo has in the past had times where they're like, hey, you did something we didn't like, so we're taking our ball and going home kind of situation. And it's possible this could be one of those where they're just like, you're doing something we don't like, so we're taking it away. I don't know that that's the case. But at the same time, it's like I almost can't put anything past Nintendo. It's like I can't come up with a legit reason why they would just all of a sudden shut this down. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. It can't be costing them more to make than it is to sell, I wouldn't think. I just can't believe, especially in mass production, like it can't cost that much. I don't get it.
It just seems like such a bad call. You know, like we've all had friends that have made bad decisions, and you're like, how do you not see that that's a bad decision?
Yeah, because there's demand for it.
And there's still like a crazy demand for it. It's not, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. There's not one Target that would have these for more than 3 hours.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh.
Well, like when they made the Wii U, it's like, okay, the Wii U didn't work out for them and it wasn't popular. And a lot of people said like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? But it's like, they
still made that for longer than they've made this.
Well, yeah, but on top of that, like they went to their little room, they designed the Wii U. When they were in there making the Wii U, they thought this is going to be a great product people love, and it just didn't turn out so.
Right.
So this one, even if they didn't put much thought, they're just like, let's just make that little thing that we kind of drew on the board one day and as a joke. Let's go ahead and do it. And then when it becomes popular, it's like, why would you stop selling a popular thing and then sell forever a thing that you can't make popular?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they just do things so backwards sometimes.
It's very weird. There's got to be a reason for it.
Does there?
Maybe not.
Knowing them, it's hard to say.
No, I mean, a lot of it probably has to do with now that the Switch has become popular. They probably want all of their focus and all of their marketing to go there.
And what do they make? $50 per Switch or something? I think they came out and said that the Switch costs like $250 something to make. So maybe $40 something. So maybe they're just making too much money off the Switch. But I mean, that still doesn't make any sense. Like,
that still doesn't make any sense.
Products and one's
if you're a company,
and they're both gangbusters. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you cut them off?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because the Nintendo Classic is going to sell to people that aren't buying the Switch.
Right.
And then the Nintendo Classic is also going to sell to people that are buying the Switch.
Yes.
Right.
If nothing else, there will be people who will buy and did buy the NES Classic, not even to play the thing, but to set it on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
I've got buddies that don't play video games at all that are stoked that their wives found them the NES Classic. Stoked. Right? Like, look what I got. I was like, you don't even like video games. I know, but I like old Nintendo games. And you're like,
that's funny.
Okay. You know, and they're playing it with their kids and they're excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, Nintendo, I just don't understand. Jeez Louise. And it is true.
Doing?
Like, there's something about being, it seems like no company ever is transparent. We can't get our government to be transparent. Like, you just can't, like, nobody's just forthright, it seems. But I'm with Chris. Like, if you at least said why, besides the fact that
a reason.
This was always the plan for it to be a short, us to not make this forever. And I guess that could be a reason, but why? But still, why?
Right.
If that's your reason, just change that. It's doing great.
That would not be satisfying, but it would at least be like, well, at least they gave us a reason.
No, well, that's the answer I saw, was that they said, well, the NES Classic was always supposed to be a limited run thing. But
so you actually saw that written. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I saw that in an interview with whoever the freak, Japanese name that I not don't remember.
Oh,
but whoever the freak,
but
whoever the freak.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever the freak's son.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's just like, it just bugs me that still change course. You're Nintendo. Like you can not do that now. Like, even though that was the plan, like my wife is big on plans and she is not good at changing course. It takes a long time to like, hey babe, that's not going to happen. Hey, that's not going to happen. There takes a lot of massaging when it comes to that, with whatever it is. And so, whether it's like a vacation falls through or, we don't have the money to do such and such where we thought we were going to, she is not good at changing course, but it can happen. You guys run the thing. It's your thing to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that hurt my feelings when I saw that. I was like, geez Louise, man.
It's really, it's kind of mind-boggling why this is happening.
Yeah, it's like if Minecraft was like, we don't want you guys to play this anymore.
Well, and every corporation would look at this model and be like, there is no way we would stop producing this. Like it goes against any economics that anybody teaches in any college.
Unless there's something we don't know in the back room where like the licensing and making it
that's what I'm clinging to.
Maybe it's that. Maybe.
Well, then say so.
Maybe it actually costs them $200 to make one. There's some ridiculous reason. Maybe
it could be.
That's the case. But it's like, if that's really it, just be forthright. Just be like if it's something ridiculous like that, I feel like most. Well, I want to say this, whether or not it's true or not. I feel like most people can be reasonable if you're reasonable with them. Like, look, this is costing us too much money.
You haven't been on the internet much, Chris.
Yeah, I know that's a little bit wishful thinking. Maybe I'm only strictly thinking of our community. So
right,
exactly.
I'm always looking at everything through the lens of that.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like we live in a day and age where a lot of upstart companies, they thrive because they are open and people trust that.
Yes.
And so if you have an old school mentality of they don't need to know what's going on, that could, there's a huge difference.
That's very standoffish too, and consumers don't like that anymore. They want to know what's going on.
It's got to just be a cultural thing to some extent. I mean, because just like the whole Atlas, like saying like we don't want you recording or streaming our game for more than an hour and a half, and you can't go past this point in the game, and you can't show any boss fights and stuff. It's like, your game's been out for 7 months in Japan. I can watch a whole playthrough right now. Why are you so scared about spoilers? Do you not understand streaming actually does good for your game? Right. All this stuff. It's like, it's got to be a cultural divide thing. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
If nothing else.
Yeah. Ugh. So they did the Famicom Classic Edition in Japan, obviously.
Yeah.
And on the Japanese website, they said this product has ended production for now. When production is being resumed, we will tell you on our website. So, it gives a glimmer of hope for the fact that maybe it's, listen, I'm trying to help them out.
Maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. But they did say, let's see, Nintendo made a statement to IGN, said the NES Classic Edition wasn't intended to be an ongoing long-term product. However, due to high demand, we did add extra shipments to our original plans. And so they made more than they were planning on, but they're still stopping. But the Japanese website for the Japanese version is saying maybe they'll make some more. So we'll just have to sit back and watch what Nintendo does.
Sorry we gave you so much money.
Yeah, golly. We're looking at you, Nintendo.
You guys, it was never our plan for you to keep giving us money. We're sorry. Our wallets are only so big.
We're not used to making things you guys want.
Well, they hadn't been in the last couple of years.
Right.
Yep.
It was probably an intern's idea. What y'all should do is put like 30 ROMs on a little thing and just send it out in like a mini case. Wouldn't that be awesome? And they're like, can we just, he's going to come back tomorrow and say the same thing. Right. He's done this for 2 months. Can we just make it and send it out? Just make 200,000 of them, please.
We'll just make some for the Christmas party.
Exactly. And then people are like, what the what?
Dang it.
Yeah, exactly.
Rodney was right.
Rodney. Roller Coaster Films out of Melbourne, Australia has started an Indiegogo campaign to finish their documentary all centered around GoldenEye. And so here's the overview. In 2017, our team began work on a documentary about the game GoldenEye 007 for the N64, a game that changed the way we play video games. We have interviewed GoldenEye developers as well as many industry experts from IGN, Kotaku, GameSpot, and Good Game. What we found was a story that's even more fascinating than we hoped, which is why we're asking for your help to take the project to the next level and capture many more stories and create the documentary this game deserves. So I thought that was pretty cool. They're calling it Golden Era Documentary. It has 13 backers at the time of me reading this. They're asking for $85,000. They've raised $860. So if you want to be, on the front end of this thing to help it cross the finish line, I think GoldenEye deserves a documentary.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So they've already raised 800,000 and they need 80 more. Is that what it is?
No. They've asked for 85,000. It's raised $860.
Gotcha.
Well on its way.
Yeah, we're there. You're almost there, guys. Just push through.
To be honest, though, I felt like I've watched more than one documentary that the budget was $860.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny.
Man.
I don't know what will happen with that, but I think 007 definitely was an amazing. It really did shift the way I looked at first person shooters and couch co-op and the future of that. And I think many games have reaped the benefits of what GoldenEye did on the N64.
Interesting.
Did you play much of that, Chris?
Yeah, I played a lot of GoldenEye back in the day, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Chris has been Chris has been the man of the podcast this week. It's like, Chris, what do you think of that? Yep. How was your day? Good. Like, good. Let's not discuss it.
Well, good talk, Chris.
Exactly.
We'll see you soon.
There's not really much more to say. I mean, I played the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I approve.
What else you got?
Nier Automata is going to be coming out with some free DLC. I think it's free. I'm not saying. Actually, no. I take that back. Sorry, not free. It's actually going to be $14. My bad. No. I staved off the oops. So, take that. However,
Chris, don't worry.
$14.
I won't read it anyway.
It's 14. Yeah, exactly. Tim, just don't read that one. It's going to be $14 in Japan. It's releasing in Japan on May 2nd, and they just have coming soon for North America, so there's no release date for America or the price yet. It's going to be getting some different costumes for the different protagonists. They're all androids, so it's 2B, 9S, and A2. That's their android names. There's going to be different new music that you can play in the jukebox. There's going to be a couple of different arenas that you can fight in. But I thought the cool thing about it was that they're adding 2 new bosses that you can fight in the game. And one of them is a Square Enix executive, Matsuda.
Oh, wow.
And then a Platinum Game executive, Good lord. This is usually Gabe's thing.
I know, right?
Shinichi Sato, I think is how you say his name. So they're actually playable bosses in the game. I just thought that was hilarious. And I've seen a few little quick snippets and everything, and it just looked like a ton of fun. And so I can't wait to finally pick up this game at some point.
Cool.
Man, Gabe is the man of the podcast.
It feels awful. I just wanted you to feel it. This feels
that was
terrible.
The oddest pause ever. Just a long pause. Cool.
No, man, that's all you got. You do you, man. I ain't offended.
Cool.
There was a it's gone now, but just to talk about it, there was a PlayStation 1 emulator that had made its rounds on the Xbox One, and I was a day too late to get it. I'm not big on emulation, but I like having stuff that's not going to be around anymore. So it made its way on the. It was.
If you want to give Gabe to buy something, tell him he can't have it.
Trust me.
Exactly.
You know how much the itch for that freaking NES Classic came up my back spine when I saw they weren't going to make it no more. I was like, oh shoot! All of a sudden, I need one.
Jeez.
But in all fairness, I did look hard for it at Christmas time. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did. I was trying to get it back then, when they didn't say they weren't making it anymore. But it was probably because it was hard to get. So there was a, I guess if you searched on the store, Win PDF reader, that was the, I don't know what you would call it, the application name.
Right. And
it really was a PlayStation 1 emulator.
Really?
So I thought that was kind of cool. And they took it down, obviously, a couple days ago. But they said that it was running some stuff pretty solidly, and it would have been really fun to play PlayStation 1 games on your Xbox, just as a backhanded thing.
So did it come with like games built into the emulator, or did you have to somehow load games a different way?
Yeah, they could be loaded from the external drive, and they read, bin, ISOs, MDFs, image file, Q file. I mean, anybody that did CD-ROMs back in the day, like I did, those formats are very, very, very familiar.
Yes.
So. It said they did manage to test a bunch of games. They said 85% they saw frame rates topping out at 40 frames per second. But hey, they're PlayStation 1 games. What kind of frames per second you need?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably above what they were actually playing at.
I know, right?
Yeah. But they said it did run like solidly between, at 35 frames to 40 frames. So I thought that was kind of cool, and just the hackers are hilarious. And I think it's hilarious that they call it Win PDF Reader. Like, they just try to sneak it in the store, like, keep it alive for as long as they could before people found out it was an emulator. What else you got, Chris?
So, you guys familiar with the game Prey, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not familiar.
Well, it's going to be having a playable demo that's coming out on April 27th for free for the Xbox One and the PS4.
I would hope
you'll be able to play the opening hour of the game, which I know for me, I'll give the demo a try. It looks like I don't see a duration. It says available on April 27th, so I don't know if it's for just that one day or all the way up until launch, because the game's going to launch worldwide on May 5th. But I'm one of those people where, well, to be fair, I haven't been like seeking out a bunch of Prey information, but every time this comes up, I'm just kind of like, and what is that game again? What do you do?
Yeah,
what is it?
I didn't know it wasn't out.
Yeah. It's just one of those things I've heard about forever, but I'm just like, but I don't really know anything other than that guy looking at his eyeball in the mirror. It's like, what is it? So I'm definitely interested to at least see what the heck it is and see if it's something that can pique my interest to where I may want to make a purchase on May 5th.
Oh, there you go. I like that. I need to look that up. I don't even know what the cover looks like. I feel like I've been seeing that name for forever.
Yeah, I remember there was like a really cool trailer at the last E3, and I was like, that looks cool, but I haven't seen anything like since then, so I have no idea what it, like Chris was saying, what it is, or
what
the
day
cover
is that
like
demo
kind of an April 27th. So I think that's next week.
I'll be busy getting excited for Mario Kart.
That's next Thursday.
Which is to be April 28th. I got plans to get excited on the
be busy getting
plans to get so excited that you can't play something.
He's putting that in his calendar.
Exactly.
Gabe has emotions in his Google Calendar.
His emotional calendar.
Get excited.
That's when it drops. Mario Kart drops the 28th, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, Mario. And man, I brought it up to the wife. I was like, hey, Mario Kart girl, April 28th. She goes, yeah, I'm not that excited about that. I was like, doggone
Oh,
She's like, we have it.
Exactly. I thought we had that game already. I'm trying to get the Wii U out of here. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Oh, yeah, the guy with the eyeball. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I probably won't be playing that crap.
Oh, there it is.
We almost snuck it past
That
her.
looks a bit scary. But I might play it. If it's good enough, I always push through. Like The Last of Us.
We'll see.
Until Dawn's really good.
No, I doubt it. I watch you play it. StarCraft, we talked about it getting remastered, and we talked about my love for it. The old version with its expansion pack, Brood War, is available for free right now over at the StarCraft.com website. So if you want some old school StarCraft love before playing the new stuff, go get it. I downloaded it. Probably won't play it, but I downloaded it because it's for free. And just in case I'm feeling it. And I mean, you know, these games are hard to play because people are so good at them online that, you know, it's hard to have fun because you're like, oh, and I'm dead already. That's cool.
Right.
So, but StarCraft is just so good. Ugh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. What else you got, Christopher?
I'm out.
Ed Placencia.
I'm out.
Yes, sir.
What you got for us on the YouTube channel, that there, brethren?
Over at the YouTube channel, we're looking at our top 10 YouTube videos, combining the average watch time and views for the week of April 11th through the 17th.
Do we have any new stuff on there?
Nah, man, we're busy playing Persona 5 and not recording it.
Dude, I could not believe how much your brother looks like you when we used this picture on the Get 'em Ray episode last week.
The older we get, the more we look alike.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger. He's 3 years younger than me.
Man, you guys look alike. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Why is he holding a brick? Was he just into some mischief?
No, they demolished our old high school. And they were saying, hey, if anybody wants a brick from the original building, you can come get one. And it was like a thunderstorm that day. And we drove out and he ran out in the rain and got one.
It looks like he just came back from doing something bad.
Yeah, exactly. He just got back into the truck and he's like, I got my brick, brother. So that's
he calls you brother. That's
his best Hulk Hogan impression.
Yeah, exactly. It says Randy Savage is hungover from the 80s.
Yeah. Brother, I got my brick. Hogan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Step to a Slim Jim. Rest in peace.
Exactly.
Rest in peace. Oh.
Hopefully we'll have some, now that Chris or Tim reminded me about Guardians of the Galaxy, hopefully we'll have some of that up by the time this podcast drops.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be nice.
But yeah. So yeah, no new ones this week. But that's all right. We'll give you guys some time to catch up with some of our classics.
Exactly.
Like these top 10.
Nice segue.
Thanks.
Somebody did radio for a living.
There you go. Number 10, Hugh Part 10 University. There you go. A classic.
That's definitely a classic, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that time. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Number 9, Sniper Elite 4 Part 3, San Celini Island, Destroy Cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Number 8, Married to the Games, episode 239. Get him, Ray!
Get him, Ray! Grab his situation and pull the situation down.
Get that brick.
Get that brick, Ray.
Number 7, Hugh Part 11, The Ending.
Oh, yeah.
Number 6, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14, Thorfeld Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Watch Dogs 2 Part 6, Bottom Dollar Complete.
There it is.
Number 4, Watch Dogs 2 Part 5, Bottom Dollar Fail. Here come all our regulars. Number 3, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19, Paint Job. Number 2, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Go Signals. And number 1, Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us Part 2.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Unbelievable.
When did you guys record that? I don't remember when that was offhand.
December.
Was it really December?
December, yep.
Man.
That's when.
Yeah, it was PSX.
That's when PSX was out, first week of December.
So like consistently for what, 5 months now?
That is weird. My question is, how did we not get any Horizon on that list, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Chris failed us.
No, Chris didn't fail.
I did my best Ed impression. It didn't work. They weren't for like, you're not Ed.
You're like, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Jeez Louise.
What the heck?
Let's see. Every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no. Why'd you send this to us, Chris? What are you sending?
Calling him out on the podcast.
I was trying to help you out, but all right, it's just a IGN report saying that there is indeed going to be an SNES Classic sold at Christmas, or at least that's the heavily rumored at the moment.
Oh, did I not say that earlier?
You were saying you were speculating. This is just giving more legitimacy to it. So I was going to let you say, see, IGN's even reporting now.
More legitimate to the rumor that even IGN saying there's a rumor that SNES was coming out.
Where there's more smoke, there's more fire.
I got
typically.
you. I got you. Sweet. Thanks you. So every now and then we chat back and forth betwixt ourselves during the podcast. And so when he just sent a link over that was like, hey, there reportedly might be an SNES Classic. I was like, wait, why are you sending this? I love it. Thank you for the heads up and for the support. I feel it in my loins.
Weird.
We asked you guys, what video game do you think deserves a TV show? Router was very staunch on saying none of them last week.
That's right. I agree.
He stands by his decision.
The bitter old man in me.
Starting over at the forum, and I always read this guys, even though they're usually long, but I think he's a really good writer. And so that's why I'm going to read it. Robert Darrell Good Jr. And he said he is a singer. Remember, I always say he should sing. He said he does sing.
There you go.
That's
I think
awesome.
He said he leads worship at his church or something like that, which is not the singing I want him to do. I mean, that's great. But I want him to do that soul.
I mean, praise him and all, but we want some soul.
Yeah, exactly. I need him to turn every worship song into a slow jam.
That's right.
Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. All right.
Girl.
He said, I like what Tim said about this topic. Don't need him. Fundamentally, he is right. But the key word there for me is need. As a medium, video games have struggled with a very negative stigma, the debate of whether they're more game or more art. But the fact that theater box offices are notably impacted when a AAA game is released, I think speaks for itself. Video games certainly do not need a show or movie. However, some titles have made excellent use of cross-platform mediums to explore side or pre-game plots that developers could not cover in their games. Sometimes books and movies are used to tell the same story, but from the perspective of a different character. In movies, for example, there was an anime, Chris, called Mass Effect Paragon Lost that explored the background of James Vega, a background that is alluded to repeatedly in Mass Effect 3. 343 Industries has done a phenomenal job of using other mediums to supplement the stories they tell in the Halo series. I, for one, love the ongoing plot of the game, and with the last two released live action short films, Halo Forward Until Dawn and Halo Nightfall. They explored the backgrounds of new supporting characters that led them to their place in the game's main plot. With casts featuring the talent of actors and actresses such as Anna Popwell, The Chronicles of Narnia, and Mike Coulter, Luke Cage, the experience was top notch. A while back, Ubisoft bought a studio that specialized in special effects in movies. Then they released a live action short called Assassin's Creed Lineage. It told the story of what Ezio's father was doing during the first 20 minutes or so of the game while Ezio was getting into street brawls. So, no, a good game doesn't need a TV series or movie. But in the right hands, both cinema and literature can add a lot to the game's experience or even pull in a few new fans. To actually answer the question, more Halo, please, I'd settle for BioShock.
Oh, there you go.
That's a great response, though.
Really great response.
We might need to get this guy into the fold, man. I like his writing.
Yeah, man.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
Fluxel.
Absolutely.
Well, this is going to be a lot shorter from here on out.
Yep.
I should have read Robert's last. While I think the superhero genre is starting to run its course, right, Ed?
Yes.
I think Overwatch could really make for an interesting TV series. There's a lot of backstory that could be explored for most of the heroes, and since the game doesn't have a story mode, you could almost do anything.
Is
that
Overwatch
would be cool.
superheroes? I don't think I even put those two together.
Yeah, they're superheroes. Yep.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, and you've been enjoying it.
I know.
Sometimes people have to be like, taste this. Don't ask me what it is.
I know, right?
Exactly.
And then be like, haha, it's fish. And I'm like, doggone it.
Dang it.
That happened to me in Jamaica. Somebody caught, they went out in the morning and caught tuna and brought it back and they cooked it. And I don't like fish, but that tuna was good. They were like, just try it. We went and caught it for you. Just try it. I was like, okay, fine. Oh gosh, Chris, you got to go. Unless you're gone already.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not gone yet. I looked up a minute ago and I noticed that, and I was going to type at you again, but I didn't want to throw you off. And then I was like,
just telling me you got to go.
I've
just
already
read it
made
out
this
loud
bed.
anyway.
Let's just lie in it. Let's just go.
Okay. On Facebook, Andrew Chung, I still think Kirby can go for another run of TV shows. I missed that.
Was Kirby? I didn't know Kirby was a TV show.
I think it was for a split second. And I say it because I have no idea if Kirby's a boy or girl.
I did not know that.
Joseph Richardson, the real answer to this question lies in what world could have interesting stories outside of the ones being told in game. So it'd be like asking what series could make a good game with a new main character. I think a Shepard era Mass Effect would work, as would Infamous, Destiny, or Gears of War. Nice.
Ooh, Infamous.
Scott Baker. This might sound crazy to some people, but I think Mirror's Edge has a lot of potential. And yes, you do sound crazy because that sounds awful. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Isn't that Ghost in the Shell kind of?
No. Well, Mirror's Edge, is all free runners, and they're trying to bring down the government. I don't know. He says you could mix some awesome parkour scenes without blowing a budget on CGI, and I'm sure someone could make a good conspiracy drama out of that universe.
There's no MTV.
That's why, have at it, CW. Over on the Twitter, we've got, let's see, my scrolling mouse ain't working right. Worn out dad at midnight_Dan. If it were animated, I think Mega Man would be awesome. And I totally agree. Ronan0510 at Ronan0510. Yakuza series would be amazing. I really want to play those games. I think a prequel is coming to the PS4. I'll be getting that junk.
There you go.
So I can be a gangster and do karaoke all at the same time.
Nice.
Sweet.
Joe Hoover at JH Sweeps. JH sweeps the leg. XCOM would make a great episodic show with a loose overarching plot. Ooh, XCOM. I like that little fight the aliens situation.
Right.
John Wall at Walnut77. Ed, stay with us on this one.
Okay, I'll try.
I think Life is Strange would make a...
No!
Yep, I'm sorry. would make a good limited series. Like very limited for Ed.
Please.
Like never would watch it. The limited.
2 minutes.
Splinter Cell would also make a cool 24-like show.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Last one. Sorry, Chris. Marcus Lowe at Marcus_Lowe1. I love this question. 1, Ratchet and Clank. 2, Zombie at my neighbors. 3, Mortal Kombat, Marcus. 4, Infamous. 5, God of War. 6, Fallout 4. 7, Until Dawn. There you go, Ed.
Nice.
That's great.
Thank you guys for answering the question. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, marriedtothegames.com. Come check out the forums. Like Ed said, YouTube.com/Married to the Games. Chris, you got time for some to do this thing?
I do have times to do this thing.
Okay, then, Ed.
Rate us on iTunes or else Tim's dog will bite you.
That's right.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's get into some questions so Chris won't be late to work.
Already gonna be so.
Oh, I hope his boss ain't listening.
Me too.
So
Go ahead.
Kale, don't tell on him, Kale.
Start with Facebook, shall we?
Nice. I like it.
Lucas Ham Swisher.
We got a 3-part email here.
We got a awesome.
Let's do it.
Let's start with chapter 1.
Facebook.
So when I was a boy, go ahead.
Bo Maneri. Telltale, Guardians or Batman? I chose Guardians, and the first episode was excellent.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I would say I'm really want to do Guardians, but if you haven't done Batman yet, do Batman 2. It's really good.
Man, I've fallen off Telltale really hard.
Yeah, you have.
I know.
Yeah, so have I.
Batman got me back into it.
I think
I must
between the
say.
two, I would do Batman over Guardians if I were going to do it.
Is Bradley Cooper in it?
I don't know.
He's not.
No, I think
There's no better Rocket.
What's his name? Nolan North is Rocket.
Oh, I'll take that.
Really?
I believe so.
Batman.
All right, there it is.
Bradley Cooper stole the show for me. He's like the only reason. I mean, not the only reason, but he's a big reason why I'd be going to see the second one.
Yeah.
Besides liking it, and my buddy being in it, but still,
Well, there you
Bradley
go.
Cooper.
All right, Jenna Kirby. Think about your wives and or your kids. If you had to make a video game based off of them, what would their characters be doing story-wise, and what would the game be called?
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's a tough question.
That is
Jeez.
a really tough question. But Jenna, that's awesome. Thank you. Oof.
I think the game would be called Madness at the Patillos.
Yeah, right. Twisted Metal.
And it'd be like
4,
an Overwatch,
5 or 6.
An overcooked top-down game where everybody's just trying to get the job done.
Oh, yes, I like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Ed?
Yeah, it's just going to be Just Dance.
The game's out already. It's called
Well
Just Dance, and
done.
this is exactly what we'll be doing.
Well done.
Chris?
Jeez, I don't know what it would be titled, but it would be similar. It would just be top down. It'd just be Stacey running around fixing everything that I keep screwing up.
Oh.
And then at the end, me just saying, "Thanks, you're the best."
You're the best
And giving her
wife
a big
ever.
hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stay off drugs.
Say no to milk.
that's
Tim?
right. Mafia 4, because it'd be up in Jersey and she's a gangster.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
There you go.
there you
I like that.
I like it.
Thaxton biting people.
I'd play
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Your dog's awfully stronger than pit bulls.
That's right.
I would love to play a game as Lauren. That would be amazing.
Oh, wouldn't it be amazing?
You're running
my
a
God.
I
store,
love her.
you're getting cursed out
She's
by
so
people.
great.
You're fighting people.
No, honestly, like it would be a retail. It would probably be like you're a retail store owner, and it's all the adventures of having to deal with crazy customers
I like it.
and dog biters. and whatever. Yeah, that'd be awesome. She
Dog biters. Like you did it.
title.
Your husband bit my dog.
She bit her dog.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're gonna have to put your husband down.
Exactly. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. We'll call it.
He's my therapy husband.
She'll find a husband in West Haven. Fine.
That's
Just
right.
fine.
That's just fine. She'll
You have to
she'll
pay
do
extra
great.
for it.
That's right. And it has
Exactly.
to be approved by the homeowners association
Yeah,
too.
she'll be like, "Oh, I wanted the white one, not this regular grout."
Okay, Twitter at Fighting Noobs. Have you ever played an MMORPG? Which ones? If not, would you? And could you be convinced?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Guild Wars, massive multi-online role-playing
Online
game.
role-playing game.
No.
No, I can't.
You can't
I'm
say
with you,
no,
Ed.
Ed. I'm not going with Ed's answer because I think he could get sucked into. Not that he would play
No.
World of Warcraft or anything like that.
I've tried to watch my brother-in-law play League of Legends, and I'm
That's
like,
not the same thing.
League of Legends is not an MMO.
No,
It's not the
that's
same
not
thing
it.
as World of Warcraft.
No.
No,
World of
that's just an
Warcraft
online.
is an MMORPG.
What?
Yeah,
League of
'cause-
Legends is not.
League of Legends is like a
That's a MOBA.
it's a massive multi-online battle arena game.
Battle.
That's basically just multiplayer matches similar to Overwatch over and over and over. Not the same type of game.
I don't even
but
know if
that's
it's
what League of
MMO
Legends
because it's
is.
not that many people. It's not like massive multi.
right.
No, it's just
not
a
even massive.
multiplayer only game essentially.
But like
It's
so,
not an RPG.
World of Warcraft would be a
Nah.
MMO RPG, right? I played Guild Wars back in the day and I loved it. That was an MMO RPG.
Elder Scrolls is an MMORPG.
Yeah, I don't see Ed doing it.
Nah, I'm good.
No.
No, he could totally do it. It just takes the right game.
I couldn't do it now that I'm a dad and a husband. It just
No.
takes too much time. You don't
exactly.
do enough. I like getting through stuff.
Right.
and moving on.
You
to
like
having
accomplishing
a bunch of different
like
experiences.
goals, objectives done.
Yeah.
This free floating, you don't have time for
Chris?
it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played one, but the main reason is because most of the good ones, anyways, were always PC only, and I've never really had a gaming
Oh
PC.
yeah.
True.
They also typically, not all of them, but some of them take like a monthly subscription to play the game. That rather than you pay once, you pay like over time.
Yep.
But that helps pay to keep the servers going and all that kinds of stuff. And you do have to. You don't have to, but to do it well and to do it adequately, the way that most people want to play MMOs want to play it, you have to dedicate to playing pretty much that one game.
Yep.
And so I wouldn't do that. Destiny is kind of seen as like an MMO light. So like if you wanted to like dip your toe in something similar, you could do Destiny or Destiny 2 when it comes out later to kind of give a little bit of an idea of what an MMO is. That's probably all I'm going to end up doing though, is I'll do Destiny, but I don't see myself ever doing a full on MMO, but I never say no. I'm not going to close the door on the option, but there's not been one that's come out yet that I'm like, oh, I got to give this a shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tim, I'm guessing no from you, right?
Yeah, that would be a negatory, good brother. All right, at dspin67, is there a movie franchise that you are tired of the making? Like Fast and Furious, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yep.
Yeah.
All those.
all of the above?
You know, it's funny. I haven't gotten tired of the Pirates of the Caribbean yet, but maybe it's just because they bring them out so
me neither.
So few and far between.
I guess I haven't either.
I haven't gotten
like
tired of
them.
them, but I've only seen the first one.
Oh, that's the best one. I love the first one.
I hadn't seen the other one. So.
First one's usually the best one. I like Johnny Depp in that character because I feel like that's who he is in real life.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a fun character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good character.
I'm tired of them making Superman movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like they do it well. Unfortunately.
I'm done with Spider-Man too. We've had too many of them. Now this new one actually does look pretty cool, but I'm kind of done with Spider-Man. I've been done with Spider-Man for a while.
I'm done with Spider-Man's origin story.
Yeah.
We've told it too many times. Can we move on?
Exactly.
Batman's
let's move
origin
on.
story. It's like we don't need to know.
Right. Like, can we move on? Like, did his comics stop at a young age? Like, he just always is just 20 forever?
Right.
Like, where's old man Spider-Man? Do they not have that kind of thing out?
Where's crotchety old Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Right.
Like mine.
That's what I want.
Who's taking the escalator? Be like, it hurts my back to go up the walls, man. Can I just take the steps?
I can't go up walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of my
elevator,
web.
like
Exactly. There it is. Yeah, I could do like Transformers. Kill Michael Bay. I love you, but come on, man, you're killing this.
Yeah, but
like
he's doing the exact opposite of what you guys are complaining that Nintendo does.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, this is where I make money. I make a bunch of money. I'm gonna keep making it. Sorry about it.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, yeah. I mean, he's making money off, but it's just no.
It's worn out its welcome for you. I feel you.
Absolutely.
Chris, did you have one in particular? Did you have one? Sorry.
Avatar.
What?
Oh.
Avatar?
Yeah.
Avatar.
How are you tired of that already? They don't even have the second one out
Guess
yet.
what, buddy? We got three more coming.
Yeah.
We got three more coming.
One
So
was
guess
too
what?
many, and now they're making an Avatar world at Disney, which just annoys me. So
Is that that bad of a movie?
Yeah.
It was
it's
predictable.
not that it's like the worst thing ever, but people's, in my opinion, fake love of it and elevation of it is what gets annoying. It's like it's not
Says a
worthy of
Cowboys
all
fan?
that. No, but they're worthy of it. See, there's the difference.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. They're worthy of it.
That is funny.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just, and I don't.
It was Dances with Wolves.
I'm not a big fan of James Cameron either. I mean, there's a lot of his movies I've liked, but just he annoys me. So then, like, his project's got to be amazing. Otherwise, I'm going to be annoyed by his project too.
That is funny.
There's a bit of a bias.
There's a bias.
for me.
Yeah, okay. There's a prejudice.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We all know you watched Titanic like 20 times.
No, I've actually never seen Titanic, but
That's okay.
I like. Didn't he do? He did Aliens, right?
Yeah.
And he did Terminator 2, which I really like. And Terminator 1. Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Good question.
Yep. Great. That was a great question. At Haley Zorel, if you woke up tomorrow morning with Superman's powers, what would you do? Chris should know where this came from.
Wish I was Batman.
You are so crazy. What are you talking about, man?
Nice.
Just
No
go
way,
fly
man.
all
If
over
you're
the
going
would
to
place.
be
go
one of
fly.
them, Superman's the better one to be. He's got the better powers.
What do you
I
mean?
would go
He's got
fly
powers,
around.
period.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Not
would go
the better
fly around like I had a care in the world. It would be awesome.
Batman is just Warren Buffett.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's
true.
I guess as Superman, what? Yeah, of course you're just gonna fly around. But what? I mean, I'm not gonna laser anything with my eyes.
You're not?
Yeah, you
Yeah, you
will.
would.
Of course you
You
will.
would try everything out
Totally
once.
laser
You would
something.
try everything out once, Ed.
Absolutely.
I might write my name in a mountain.
There you go.
With my laser's eyes, but
There you go.
Exactly.
Fly to Mars, see what all the hoopla is about, and then come back and
I
be
would
like, guys, it's really not that impressive. Let's not waste our money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would try to get into a fight just to mess with people. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
I'd
it'd be so
definitely
much
be a
fun.
vigilante. That's for sure.
Yo,
Would
I
you
would
really?
too.
What?
Absolutely.
Yes, I'd just be hanging out in bars
Absolutely.
waiting for a girl to get treated bad.
There you
And be
go.
like, hey, buddy. I'm going to need
Hey,
you to stop
buddy.
doing that. He's like, yeah, you and what army? And then I do just like a little bit of freeze breath on him. Hey.
Or you let him punch you in the face and his hand breaks.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yes.
Are you kidding
Yes,
me? I'd
come
be a
on.
vigilante in a second.
that's hilarious.
Amen. I'm
Honestly,
right there with you, Gabe.
my answer's kind of boring. Like, if I woke up and I had Superman's powers, I would probably handle it the exact same way Superman does. I'd go around trying to do good stuff, and I'd try to keep it secret from almost everybody. I don't really know of a better way, because if you just go around doing whatever you want, eventually it's going to get out, and then
you're in trouble.
I don't know. It seems like the way that they handle it in comics is probably the best way to handle it.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. Oh, Ed,
We're
you look
looking
like
at
the
you,
worst
Hancock.
superhero. I can't believe it. You care for people, too. That's weird.
I just don't want to be Superman.
Oh, Ed, what's wrong with you, man? It's all good.
Dead inside.
Finally, another one of us.
Finally,
You're not alone, Chris.
I'm not
That's
the only
right.
one.
All right, final question at Dopalicious. Tuesdays has Taco Tuesdays. What about Wednesday? Waffles, Whataburger, Whopper, Wiener Schnitzel?
Ash Wednesday. I'm just kidding. Let's see. I like
Taco Tuesdays? I like Waffle Wednesday. That sounds good.
Waffle Wednesday. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging the whole waffle idea. I can't really get that out of my head now.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
Why does nobody have a Waffle Wednesday?
That sounds great.
You answered your own question.
Let's
We
do
don't
that.
Yet,
Yeah, you did.
I know, right?
I like
Yep.
that. Thanks for the questions, everybody.
Yes. Thank you.
The question of the week for you guys, I mentioned it earlier. Demos, what say you about them? Love them, hate them? Are they a must? For me, I wish there was more demos. I love trying stuff. It was nice to be able to download snipper clips and try it with Jenny instead of buying it and her not liking it. I downloaded the new Tetris, the demo, the Paya Po Pupio Tetris.
Pupio Tetris.
I'll try, huh?
Pupio. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. And so I love demos. I wish they were more readily available. Eduardo?
Yeah, I wish I'm the same. I wish there were more of them, just because, you know, a game like Prey that I'm not quite sure what it is, so I'd like to just try it out for a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go through the hassle of buying it and returning it to the digital store and all that business.
No,
That sounds like a pain. Chris?
Yes, I'm very pro demo.
Tim?
I like them.
Never used them, and it doesn't matter to me. I'm pretty selective about stuff, and if I'm on the fence, I'll usually wait a little while and see if my friends like it.
Yep.
Because we have this amazing community, and they can.
Yeah. That's
Right.
Hey, we really like Overwatch.
I know. I know.
Nudge, nudge. Listen to my friends.
And I'm very convicted to get that game, so
Yes.
it may actually happen. So,
There you
but
go.
yeah, I don't need them.
I don't think you'll like it, but
No.
Don't let him try.
Come on, dude.
if there was a demo, you know what I'm saying? But
He's gonna end up being he's like, man, I'm a Mercy main and I just love it. I just know
it's
it.
not going to happen.
That's right.
I got you pegged, Tim.
Hey, look, if Ed is playing Persona 5, anything could happen.
I
There you
know.
go.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, you guys let us know. Use hashtag AnswerMTTG. We appreciate you guys being here. 240 in the books. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris Late for Work McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we about this thing. Peace! Yeah.